26-year-old Christopher Bolin is suing fellow partygoer, 18-year-old Michael Juarez, for denting his car during a fight. Michael claims the damage is not his fault.
Mr. Bolin, it is your claim that Mr. Juarez, during an argument at a party, threw someone into your car and damaged it. And Mr. Juarez says he didn't do that.
Yes.
When was the party?
May 29th of 07.
Questions are going to get harder, Mr. Bolin.
No, I'm sorry.
Who, what, when, where, and how? Those are the questions you should always come prepared to answer.
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
What date was the party?
May 29th of 07.
Who was there?
There was a lot of people there.
In whose house was the party being held?
It was at a friend's house down the way from my house. I don't even know the person, actually.
Who knows the person?
I know his name is Ryan.
Who did you have a fight with?
I had a fight with him right there. I don't know his name.
With you?
Richard.
With Richard?
Yes. Yeah.
What'd you have a fight with Richard about?
It was because at the end of the party, my phone was missing, and I was trying to look for it, and I went around asking everybody, and when I went to go ask him, we had a confrontation, and then we started fighting. It was a quick, 2-minute fight. It didn't last so long.
Why did you fight with him?
Because we started arguing, because I wanted to see if he had my phone, and we started arguing, and...
No, explain that to me. Mr. Juarez, your phone was missing. You asked to see his phone.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say?
He said no.
Yeah?
No, that's not right.
Shh, just a second.
He
So?
said no for a minute, and then he finally showed it, and it was dark. It looked like my phone. I wanted to see it. He wouldn't let me see it. And he said, and we started getting into it.
What do you mean you started to get into it? You started to get into it.
Yeah.
You accused him of stealing your phone.
Yeah, because I was missing my phone.
I'm speaking.
I'm sorry.
Did it turn out that he stole your phone?
No.
Where was your phone?
In the car.
So you made a mistake?
Yes, I did.
So you had this fight over something stupid where you made a mistake. And you started to act physical with somebody who says, don't accuse me of being a thief. Isn't that what happened?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, tell me about throwing somebody into a car.
I pushed him.
And he fell into a car.
Yes.
So whose fault is that? Mine?
No.
Whose fault is it?
Uh-huh.
Whose fault is it?
I just pushed him. I didn't mean to him go in the car.
Is there something wrong with you? Who is this person here?
That's my mom and my aunt.
You don't want to embarrass yourself any further in front of your mother.
No.
Whose fault is it if you pushed him and he fell into his car?
I pushed him. I didn't mean for him to fall in the car.
Your Honor, he didn't actually...
Jump! Do I look as if I need any of your help?
No, I'm sorry.
You want to have a talk with him. Is your last name Juarez?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
I'm going to give you 30 seconds or less to talk to your son. Right up there.
It's your phone.
Now your mother's going to sit down.
Yes.
Whose fault is it, do you think, that his car got damaged?
I pushed the man, but I don't think it's my fault because how big I am and how big he is, it'll take a lot of force for him to make a dent in the car. And if it made a dent, it would have gave injury to the man. And I'll be right here getting sued by him. That's why I feel
Whatever
it's
it
not my
was,
fault.
it didn't work, Mrs. Juarez. Could I please see the pictures of your car?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a student, AVC.
Stay there. Perhaps forever. Go for continuing education. You have an estimate?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the estimate?
From Scorty's Auto Collision.
What is the
Oh,
estimate?
for
Not from
$995.
whom? Who, what, when?
Sorry,
when?
$995.
Mr. Juarez, you did the wrong thing. You made a mistake. You accused somebody of being a thief. When they chose not to play along with you, you started an argument. Your argument resulted in this young man's car being damaged by you. Because when you pushed him, the natural consequence of your pushing him was him falling into the car. Now, you didn't intend to damage the car. You intended to damage him. Unfortunately, the car got damaged. You're just lucky he didn't get damaged as well, because then I would have wiped up the floor with you. And so would the police department. If you happen to be built like you are, you have to use your strength and your girth wisely, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Not like an idiot.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $995. That's all.
Now, this is case number 212 on the calendar in the matter of Kavanaugh versus Klein.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Ms. Kavanaugh, the defendant and your son were in a long-term relationship, although I don't see here that they were ever married. Is that
No.
true? Not married.
No, we weren't.
But you have 3 children together.
Yes, we do.
So how long did this relationship last?
Lasted 16 years.
Just for my own curiosity, is there any reason why you chose not to marry?
I don't really believe in marriage. I'm too afraid to get married. Divorce is too expensive.
Your claim is that Miss Klein has some property that belongs to you
Yes, she does.
in her home,
Yes.
After, of course, your son left. You want it back. And you also claim that Miss Klein made false charges to the Child Protective Services Agency about you,
Yes.
causing you severe stress. Miss Klein says she did not make those
No.
calls to Child Protective Services. She knows who did.
Yeah.
She says her girls did.
My girls did, and also Cassie and Christy, who are her witnesses.
And
They did it at their house.
she said they found things that were troublesome to them. As far as the property is concerned, she says the property is hers. The property we're talking about is a pool table, is that right?
No, it's a poker
table.
card table or coffee table.
Okay. According to what you said, Ms. Kavanaugh, in your complaint, you gave this poker table, this table, to your son as a gift.
I lent it to him.
No, that's not what you said. You said you gave it to your son as a gift. You want me to read you what you wrote?
No, that's fine.
I know that you dispute that. I had given my son a custom-built poker table for his birthday.
Correct.
So let's deal with the poker table because that makes my life very easy. You have no interest whatsoever in the poker table.
Okay.
Got it? Once
Yes.
you give a gift, the gift is gone. And I don't see your son here. If he wants the poker table back, and if it's his, it's certainly not marital property because these people weren't married. So if he wants the poker table back, he can have it. But you can't because it doesn't belong to you. It would be like birds suing for the poker table. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Let's get to the allegations of abuse and or neglect that were made to Child Protective Services. When did your son and the defendant separate?
February, she threw him out.
Were you working during the 16 years you lived together?
Yes, I was. I was basically the only one working in the relationship.
What were you doing?
I managed 2 bowling centers.
And who took care of the children?
Anthony usually did, and Dorothy.
What kind of work does Anthony do?
He worked on cars on the side.
No steady job?
No.
Why doesn't your son have a steady job?
He did have a steady job. He worked at the garage. It was in his name. He did have a steady job. He had his own garage at 25.
You mean for the 16 years that they lived together?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he file tax returns on that?
No, he did not.
Well, if he had his own business and if he was making money, then that's a very serious crime that he committed by not filing tax returns for 16 years. Here he's got his mother swearing under oath that he had his own business.
He did on the side.
Kavanaugh.
He did on the side, yes.
What do you mean on the side? On the side is something that you do when you have a full-time job elsewhere.
True.
Ms. Kavanaugh.
True.
On the side is not what you do when you have 3 children.
That's true. I agree with that.
Where is he?
He's working right now.
Doing what?
He works for Twin City Transmission.
What happened to his garage?
It was closed down after Stephanie and him got into trouble and separated.
Due to his alcohol and drug problem, he's on probation right now. And that's why he had to leave the home, because I did not want that around my kids. It took me a long time, but I was a victim of domestic violence until I got strong enough to do it on my own.
Fine. Well, he's certainly not here supporting his mother.
Or his children.
What makes you think that the defendant called Child Protective Services?
Because of the paperwork that I have and the statements that they made.
I'd like to see it.
Oh, okay.
No, don't give me all this paperwork, Ms. Kavanaugh. I want you to show me where in this paperwork it says that a call was made to this Child Protective Services by Miss Klein.
Oh, they don't do that.
Well, so
They don't.
what I want you to tell me is you direct my attention to somewhere in this stack of papers to evidence that Miss Klein called Child Protective Services.
Then it would have to come from my witness who told me that.
Fine. Who's the witness? That would be you. Stand up. Who are you?
Christy.
How are you related to these people?
That's my grandma.
But that's not your mother, so you have different parents.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you live, Christy?
Down the street from her. And
Down the street from your grandmother. Who do you live with?
my mom.
Now tell me what you know about Miss Klein calling Child Protective Services.
Her oldest daughter did.
Well, her oldest daughter is not her. Christy, listen to me very carefully. Do you know anything about Miss Klein
No.
calling Child Protective Services?
No.
Sit down. Do you have any other witnesses, Miss Kavanaugh?
I have Cassandra.
Be very careful if you're going to stand up here. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Stand up. Do you have any evidence that Miss Klein called Child Protective Services?
No, ma'am.
That was being good and careful. Yes, Ms. Kavanaugh.
Okay, there's also a countersuit from Stephanie that I called.
I haven't gotten to the countersuit yet.
Okay. Well,
Do you have any other evidence that Ms. Klein called Child Protective Services about your care of your children or grandchildren?
other than the piece of paper here that states that they investigated both her and I, which is
That's why I called him myself.
my name, Stephanie, and all 3 children. It
So the
states
answer
it was
is you have
unfounded.
no, listen to me, so the answer is you have no evidence that it was Ms. Klein who called Child Protective Services.
No, I cannot prove it was
So
her.
your case
No.
is dismissed in its entirety. The poker table doesn't belong to you, and you have no proof whatsoever that Ms. Klein called Child Protective Services. So I don't even have to get into the fact that if she called them, whether what she said was true. Now I'll get to the counterclaim.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
And when people use that child protective hotline for other reasons, it infuriates me. And if it was my world, they'd be in jail.
And later today,
If you happen to be built like you are, you have to use your strength and your girth wisely, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Not like an idiot.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dorothy Kavanaugh says her son's ex-girlfriend, Stephanie Klein, made false charges to Child Protective Services. Stephanie is countersuing, claiming Dorothy's actions caused her to be fired.
Your counterclaim is that Ms. Kavanaugh called Child Protective Services with regard to you, your care of the children, and because of her harassment, you lost your job. I'd like to hear it.
I can't prove that she called, but
Then if you can't prove
Yeah,
that she
that's-
called, then you have no
I
case.
I'm not positive that she called. Kids were visited because of it, in which they stated that Dorothy.
You can't tell me what they stated. Not necessary. I don't have to reach that threshold
Okay.
question because neither of you has any proof that the other was responsible for calling Child Protective Services.
That's part of
Let
my
me deal
case.
with Child Protective Services, these calls back and forth, whomever they came from. Calling Child Protective Services is like calling 911. You call 911 when there is some emergency, when you feel as if somebody is being threatened, when you feel as somebody is being placed at risk. And I'm not saying that those things weren't the case with these allegations that were made by whomever they were made. But it should be a felony in every jurisdiction, a very serious crime, for people to use calls to Child Protective Services in order to either incite or resolve or for retaliation or for retribution about some other issue because they have limited enough resources at Child Protective Services to investigate real allegations of neglect and abuse. And when people use that Child Protective hotline for other reasons, it infuriates me. And if it was my world, they'd be in jail, if that's what they're using the hotline for. Having said that, we will move on to the next cause of action in your counterclaim, which is that Ms. Kavanaugh caused you to lose your job.
Yes, I had her as a sitter, also her son, who would drop the kids off to her even after I asked not to. She would get upset with them, drop them off at my work several times. She would drop them off at home unsupervised. She'd have them sitting on the porch in the middle of winter. She once set Jordan on the porch in the middle of winter with just a towel on because she didn't want to shower with her 10-year-old grandson, and she was 11 going through puberty at the time, which is disgusting.
Ms. Klein, listen to me. If what you're telling me is that because she wasn't a good babysitter, that caused you lots of stress,
Yes.
put your hand down. And you ultimately didn't show up for work, and it caused you to lose your job, you have options. Your option is get rid of her as a babysitter.
I then did, and
Then you can't sue her.
And
I mean,
got
that's your
Christy.
option.
Well, she called my work, harassing my boss, calling the cops on him. I got the
Well,
letter
just
for
one
that.
second. Is your boss here?
No, but I have a letter stated to me why I was fired and a
I'd like to see the letter.
complaint from the Tonawanda Police Department.
I'd just like to see the letter first. Okay. Can I see the report to the police department? Did you at any time have her son arrested for anything? She says yes.
He used to
for
be-
what?
Harassment.
Well, he probably was harassing her because he's a drug addict. That's what she says. Is that true? Put your hand down. Is that true?
Not anymore. He
I
doesn't.
don't care if it's not anymore. You mean not today?
Not today, but she also is.
All right, listen. Who's taking care of the 3 children? Who's taking care of the 3 children?
At the moment,
Yes.
a girl who had their children taken away from them, so I
Who do
heard.
the 3 children live with? I'm not talking about at this moment.
they live
while
with the
she's here.
mother.
They live with the mother, not with your son.
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay. So, when did you have him arrested?
Actually, I had him arrested once, a couple times. I had to have him removed from the house because he would come in when we were sleeping. He broke in when we weren't home. Slept in my bed when I went away.
These sources are 2006. Anything
Yeah.
happened in 2007 that's been harassment?
No.
Okay.
There was. I was afraid to do it. She's evil and very vindictive.
What do you want?
We both filed harassment against each other.
Well, I don't know why you should have anything to do with her except positive things with regard to your grandchildren, Miss Kavanaugh. You
I
have a
took
son
her-
that's problematic.
I took her
You
to
have,
court.
listen to me
Yes.
carefully.
Yes.
You have a son who's a problem.
Yes.
You have the mother of your grandchildren who has been supporting the family for 16 years because your son is a bum. There's no question that he's a bum because there's no question that they had to file tax returns because she worked for a company that wouldn't have paid her under the table. That your son, if he was working at all, which I somehow doubt, certainly has not filed tax returns and has not paid his fair share of our expenses as a community.
He was paying child support.
Well, what do you want me to do? Give him a gold medal for that? He made children. That's what he's supposed to do.
Yes.
Put your hand down. He's supposed to pay child support.
Yes.
A lot, not a little.
Right.
So if I wanted to be supportive, I would be as supportive as possible if you were a reasonable grandparent of my 3 grandchildren and said to my son, listen, I tried my best with you. Maybe my best wasn't good enough, but I'm certainly not going to annoy the mother of my grandchildren who's trying to keep it together. Do you get my drift?
She wasn't
That's
trying to keep it together.
Do you get my drift?
I understand you, yes.
Perfect. And I wouldn't sue her for a stupid card table because that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Goodbye. Your case is dismissed, as is your counterclaim.
Parties are excused. You may step out, ma'am.
Because she's a wacko.
Just to hurt me even worse.
Drinking and drugs.
I wouldn't be able to afford my mortgage or my house
Both her and my son were the same.
if I was doing drugs, nor will I be able to care for 3 children.
That the mother gets treatment for her drinking.
She does that with any one of her kids that separate from their girlfriends.
Well, I would imagine eventually somebody will catch up with her and take those children away from her.
That's what she does. She has nothing better to do than sit on her butt, smoke cigarettes, and make everyone's life a living.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Boland versus Juarez, step forward. Now it's case number 5 on the calendar in the matter of Cervantes versus Porras.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat, please.
Ms. Cervantes, these people used to be friends of yours. According to your complaint, you sold them a car, and they were paying off the amount that you had loaned on the car every month. And you were letting her drive it because he didn't have a license, right? He didn't have a license.
Yes.
How many months did they make the car payment?
3.
From when to when?
August, September, October.
And what amounts were the car payments?
$262.43.
Now, to whom did they make those payments?
They gave me the money and I paid the payments.
To the car company, the loan company?
Yeah.
How many months did you make payments on the car?
Years. I was paying years. It was almost paid off.
Okay. And when you sold them the car, how much was left on the loan?
I don't recall the loan at all. I think it was $7,000 that they paid off when it was totaled. I don't know what the loan itself was.
You said that the car was practically paid off when you sold it to them.
To me, that's less than a year's payment to be paid off.
Not at $262 a month. If the payout was $7,000, you're not really good in math.
No, I'm not.
Did they also pay for part of the insurance?
They paid the portion of the insurance.
How much?
It was $3.
How much did you pay a month towards the insurance?
$150.
Okay. And your agreement was once all the payments were made, the car was going to be theirs. Is that right?
No. There was supposed to be a down payment of $1,500 to $2,000 at the beginning before he even took the car. He couldn't make that, and she was pregnant, and I said, go ahead and take it. When he got income tax, there was to be a down payment.
I don't want to hear down payment anymore, madam. You didn't loan them the car, and you didn't lease them the car. They were going to purchase the car from you.
The difference is they didn't put a down payment like I put a down payment.
Sometimes you don't have to put any down payment. Are you following what I'm saying to you?
Yep.
Perfect. So this is your claim. Your claim is that he totaled the car, right?
Correct.
And you had no driver's license.
Correct.
Why were you driving without a driver's license?
I went to the store to get the baby formula.
That's, you know,
Yeah, I know.
You know? Or a little one. Send her to the store to get the baby formula.
She was at work.
She had no business going to work if the baby didn't have formula. If there's only one person that drives, and I guarantee you've driven that car other than to get the baby formula. How did you get to work that day?
Actually, I was pregnant the time of when the accident happened, so I wasn't even working.
So how much of a liar is he that you're married to? He's the one who said you were working, he had to go to the store to get the baby formula. This baby born yet?
No, she used to babysit, Your Honor. I'm sorry. When I meant she was working, she was at home babysitting.
So I said, let her go to the store. In any event, you totaled the car.
I was rear-ended. The car was...
You totaled the car. But for the fact that you were driving it without a license, you wouldn't have been in an accident.
Correct.
Now, you got an insurance check in the amount of $4,000, is that right?
Yes.
And how much was the payout on the car?
They had to pay, it was a total of $7,000.
How much did you pay?
Total amount? I don't know the total amount.
Well, how much are they coming after you for?
They're not coming me after, it's paid for.
By whom?
Progressive.
By insurance?
My insurance covered it. They gave me $4,000 and the rest was paid off for the car.
What did they give you $4,000 for?
The amount of the car, I guess that...
So they paid out a total of $11,000 on the car? $7,000 to pay off the loan and $4,000 to you?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, nice. So this was a really good accident for you. Now, what happened is, according to you, they came to you sometime after the accident and asked to borrow $1,000. You gave them $1,000. Then you went to collect the $1,000, and they said, you gave us this $1,000 after you got this insurance check, this windfall. We were paying for the insurance on the car, right? The check should have been ours because, you know, we had possession of the car, and you kept the check. So you gave us this $1,000 so we could go put down a down payment on another car. So then you went over to their house to get back this $1,000. And it is your claim that while you were there, things got physical and he grabbed you by the arm and he pushed you. So you're suing him for the $1,000 and for the push. And the defendants say that they're counterclaiming because they want that insurance check.
Your Honor, at no point in time did I push her. I actually have a police statement.
I'm going to look at it.
Okay.
First of all, Ms. Cervantes.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense that they would borrow $1,000 from you at all.
They borrowed $1,000. I have the canceled check.
Oh, I know that you gave them $1,000. I said that they didn't borrow $1,000 from you.
It's written a loan.
I don't care when you wrote the word loan. You're slick. I don't care when you wrote the word loan on the check when you got it back. There is no question in my mind that you owed them an obligation, considering the fact that you had made a deal on this car, to at least share the proceeds with them partially. After all, you had been paying on this car for years. They had only been paying on the car for 3 months. So it seems to me $1,000 would be perfectly reasonable for them to expect you to let them have as part of the financial input they had in securing this $4,000 insurance check for you, because they paid half the insurance and they were paying the monthly car payments. That doesn't excuse the fact that he was driving without a license. So I don't believe that there was a loan, period, because it doesn't make sense.
They made payment on it.
They did make payment on a loan. Let me see where they made payment on a loan.
I have text messages here.
That says what?
That they made a payment on the loan. He brought the $100
Show me.
payment.
I don't believe, I'm not going to believe him either. Show me the text message where they say that they either made or will make a $100 payment on this loan.
There's 8 messages here, but here's the one for $100.
That's all I want to see. Why would you say to her, we'll give you like $100? I hope you understand.
We were helping her out because her husband, or her boyfriend, I'm sorry, had left her. And we were also helping by taking care of him. He was living with us as well.
Yeah, because he got him kicked out.
She
don't speak.
And she was in financial need, so we were just helping her out with money.
I hope you understand it's not helping me out. That's helping you out.
In any event, if they weren't smart enough to get $1,000 from you, they should have been, because you owe them $1,000. No question. You made a sale of this car. It was not a lease. However, the title had not passed yet because they had not fulfilled their end of the obligation.
Right.
So actually, if you had been out any money, certainly you would have been entitled to this entire amount. But you got a windfall of $4,000. You sold them the car for $5,000.
I didn't sell them the car for $4,000. They were supposed to put a down payment.
I'm not interested in your down payment story anymore. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You burglarized his house.
I didn't burglarize anything.
Yes, you did. You went into his house, and once you got into his house, you started trashing his property. That's burglary.
And later today...
Who'd you sell it to?
Huh?
Huh? Is not an answer.
I'm sorry, I had a private dealer sell it.
Did you have any profit? Is not an answer.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Vanessa Cervantes says former friends Rick and Christina Porras owe for an unpaid loan. The couple is countersuing for the amount of an insurance claim.
All right, now you want to tell me why you went over to their house?
I went over there to get payment because Christina said Rick will have the payment, and I kept calling Rick and he wouldn't answer, so I went over there to get my payment.
But you had already gotten a $4,000 check.
This was a loan he was paying. He already made $100 on.
Give this back to her. She shouldn't get it. I'm interested, Miss Cervantes. I read your complaint very carefully, and you said that when you went over there to collect this payment, and they weren't forthcoming with the payment. Let me see what you... He left the door open as he walked away to go back to sleep. I went to his house and told him I was going to sit there until I got my money. I then started grabbing some of their DVDs, threatening to pawn them. That's what you say right here.
Right, for payment.
You're not allowed to do that. That's burglary. That's burglary. You can't go in. He has an absolute right to grab you and throw you out of his house. You're trashing his house.
I didn't trash his house.
Yeah, you did.
He trashed his own house.
Yeah. I grabbed some of their DVDs, threatening to pawn them. We exchanged words, and when I called his wife, he grabbed me by the arms and threw me to the floor.
That's incorrect, Your Honor, and I have the police statement.
I'd like to see
happened.
the statement, please.
It's also a statement from him. He also was there at the time, and he stated at no point in time did I put my hands on her or did I throw her down.
What property did you tell the police he had of yours? That's what you told the police, property, not money, not a loan. Said he had property.
I didn't say property.
Well, that's what so the police are lying. Twice it says it.
There was no report made.
Yeah, it's right here. Porras called the police, and when I arrived, Cervantes was standing outside in the driveway in front of the residence. When I talked to Cervantes, she stated that Porras had some property of hers and that she had come over to claim it. I asked her if she forced her way into the house, and she said no. She had been invited inside. Mr. Porras stated that Cervantes had gone upstairs into the front room and pulled their DVD player off the shelf. Mr. Porras said that Cervantes then stepped on their DVD player as it laid on the floor. Mr. Porras stated that after Cervantes had stepped on their DVD player, he pushed her out the front door and closed it to protect the rest of his property. Okay. You had no right to be there.
I was getting my payment.
You had no right to be there. You burglarized his house.
I didn't burglarize anything.
Yes, you did. You went into his house, and once you got into his house, you started trashing his property. That's burglary. He had no right to be there. He had every right to throw you out, and he did. So you don't get paid for that. You also don't get paid $1,000, which, as far as I'm concerned, was a windfall for you. You got 4. You gave them 1. Now, as far as you're concerned, you did not fulfill, uncross your arms, you did not fulfill your end of the contract that you had with her, which was that you were going to finish paying for the car, and then it was going to be yours, right?
Correct, because it was totaled.
She was like a loan company. Once you finished paying off the loan on the car, you were going to get title to it.
Correct.
But you didn't have title to the car yet because you hadn't fulfilled your total obligation. Do you understand?
Yes.
So you don't get the rest of the $3,000. She's already given you $1,000.
We weren't countersuing for the car payment. We were countersuing for defamation of character and property damage.
There's no property damage.
Just a second. I'm going to read you. You know, you've got to be very careful about what you write. This is your answer. I'm going to read it to you. We are countersuing in the amount of $3,000 for money that belongs to us. We made a deal with Vanessa that we were purchasing the Dodge from her. We made all of our payments and paid the insurance. Yet when Rick got into an accident that was not his fault, Vanessa kept the majority of the money. We paid for the car and the insurance and feel we are entitled to all the money from the insurance company. She only gave us $1,000. We want the remaining $3,000. That's all you wrote.
I'm sorry, I had a countersue. I left it.
That's the countersuit that you wrote. That's what you signed. That's what your wife signed. That's what you're not going to get. You got $1,000. What happened was you drove around this car for 3 months and it didn't cost you anything because you got back what you put into it. Right?
Correct.
Plus, don't drive around in a car without a license. Do you have a license now?
No, ma'am.
Why?
Because I owe Department of Transportation money that I haven't been able to completely pay off.
You have a car now?
I don't know, ma'am.
Don't let him mess up your record.
I carpool.
Don't let him mess up your record. Do you understand?
Yes.
You look like a very nice, very quiet lady. Goodbye. You too.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I felt that it was a loan.
No, it was money given to us.
Can we borrow the money? And I said, yeah, it's a loan.
Because we were making car payments and the insurance payment.
They're just liars.
I guess money changes some people.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Lothridge versus Lothridge. Step forward, please.
22-year-old Christopher Lothridge is suing his ex-wife, 22-year-old Carolise Lothridge, for unpaid parking tickets on a vehicle they both own.
Mr. Lothridge, this is your former wife. You have one child together. You have physical custody of that child, according to what I read here, and it is your claim that prior to the divorce, your wife accumulated parking tickets on a truck that was subsequently given to you in the divorce decree. When you went to re-register the trucks, you ascertained that there were parking tickets on the car, parking tickets that had accrued, you believe, when your wife was driving the truck. You want her to pay those parking tickets. Your former wife says that the parking tickets were not accrued on that truck, but were accrued on a car that was hers, that you stole from her and sold. And she is counterclaiming for two things: for that car, the property that was in that car, because she said she had a whole bunch of things in that car, including a $500 television set, which I don't believe for a second. And she says that you assaulted her at some point, and she'll tell me about that, so she wants damages for that. So, show me the tickets that were accrued on this truck.
Would you like the receipts that I paid the tickets?
No, I want to see that they were on the truck.
They were not on the truck. I never said they were on the truck. I said that her record, the truck is under my name and her name. So when she gets tickets, no matter what vehicle she's driving, that affects the record under my truck. When I went to renew my tag in 2006, they said she has unpaid tickets and a suspended license. You cannot renew your registration. I said, well, what do I have to do to fix this? They said she has to pay. She has to get her record cleared because her name is under the truck. So I offered to pay half.
Just a second.
Yes.
That wasn't made clear in your complaint.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
If I did not sell the car, she would have not made payments on it.
Well, and you know something? If I had taller parents, I would have been 5'7".
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Christopher Lothridge says ex-wife Carolise Lothridge owes for unpaid parking tickets. Carolise is countersuing for stolen property and an assault.
So this has nothing to do with your truck. The parking ticket she got was on a car, a Toyota.
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened to the Toyota?
The Toyota, when we separated, which was October 14th, 2005, I gave her 2 months. I said, if you get a job and you take over the payments, you can have the car. 2 months went by. She never got a job. I continued to make the payments for a car that I didn't drive, I didn't have anything to do with. So I decided, and it was all legal because the car was under my name as well, I went and got the car with my own key, and yes, I sold the car because I didn't want to keep making payments and insurance payments on a vehicle.
Who'd you sell it to?
Huh?
It's not an answer.
I'm sorry. I had a private dealer sell it.
Did you pay off the loan?
Yes.
In full?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have any profit? Is not an answer.
Yes, I had a profit of $2,000 that I ended up putting back into my truck because my transmission... I
don't care whether you had put it back into your truck or not. That's so you pay your parking tickets out of it. She's not paying your parking tickets. You took her mode of transportation, you sold it, you made a $2,000 profit, and now you're fetching about some parking tickets that you wanted to pay for a couple $100. Pay them yourself. Pay them yourself.
I did pay him.
Good. Did you give her back half the $2,000?
No.
Why not?
Because
that's joint property. That's marital property.
I didn't have to.
You didn't have to? I don't have to order her to pay for your parking tickets. You don't have to? Of course you don't have to, but you had key. You went and got her mode of transportation. You sold it. Now, if you said to me, I sold it and I lost money because the loan outstanding on her car was more than I got for it when I sold it, I'd be sympathetic to you. You made a profit. And you didn't say, well, because I made a profit. These were vehicles that we had together so that the court in 2007, when you divorced, couldn't grant her ownership of one car. You got one, she got none. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You got the truck, she got no wheels because you had sold it at a profit.
Your Honor, if I did not sell the car, she would have not made payments on it.
Well, and you know something? If I had taller parents, I would have been 5'7".
It would have come back on my credit.
If I had taller parents, I would have been 5'7". Bottom line is, the objective fact is, you sold her car at a profit. That is joint property, and you chose not to give her half the property. So stop complaining that you had to pay a few $100s in parking tickets. That's your problem. Now, that was in 2005.
Yes, ma'am.
So I don't want to hear any nonsense about the $500 television that was in your Toyota Corolla when he stole it. Because if he stole your $500 television set, you would have complained to the judge who didn't finalize a decree until 2007. Wouldn't you have?
I actually did, and the judge just asked him, you know, where's the TV? And he said he didn't have it.
So it's already been adjudicated?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Your Honor.
if it's been adjudicated once, it can't be adjudicated again.
Okay.
What?
In our final divorce, what she's talking about, February 20th, 2007, she brought up the car, she brought up the materials in the car, she brought up everything she's talking about, and the judge adjudicated it.
Listen, why aren't you paying attention?
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
I said you adjudicated it once, you can't adjudicate it again.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
You get nothing. You didn't do the right thing initially. When you took her car, you should have given her half the profit, because that's marital profit. You kept the $2,000 for yourself and put it in your truck. Nice. And then you have the audacity to come to court and ask for the parking tickets on the truck. Goodbye. Have a good life. Thank you.
Your Honor, case number 263 on the calendar in the matter of Terrace versus Johnson.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat, please.
Miss Terrace, this is your former daughter-in-law. She was married to your son for a very short time, and it is your claim that she owes you some money. She owes you money for airline tickets that you claim you bought with money that was a loan to her to bring her family to see you over Christmas holiday. You claim she owes you for some wedding expenses that you paid for, and you expected her to pay you back. And you claim that she owes you for one final thing, and that is for some family heirlooms that you gave to her in anticipation of her being your daughter-in-law for a very long time.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson says that these were all gifts. She never intended to pay you back. There was never any discussion of paying you back for the items that you purchased for her. And you're just angry that she divorced your son and married somebody else. You did remarry.
Yes.
When were you married to, I assume, this gentleman? This is your son?
This is my son.
I was legally married to Ethan on January 10th of 07.
And when did you separate from him?
January 25th, I believe, is when he moved out.
Why?
Because he did not want to get a job. He didn't want to pay rent. He didn't want to help with any of the household expenses.
You mean you found this out in 15 days?
Well,
Miss Johnson, you got married in January 10th. January 25th, 15 days later, it was over.
Yes.
Strange. Okay, tell me about the airline tickets, which is what you're complaining about first, Miss Terrace.
The airline tickets to bring Shelley and her daughters for Christmas. I flew them down.
From where?
I flew them from Denver to Las Vegas so they could come and spend Christmas with me.
You have daughters?
Yes.
How many?
2.
So you wanted her to come down and spend Christmas with you?
Yes.
With your son?
Yes.
Okay. So, go ahead.
Shelley had no money for airline tickets, and I was asked if I would purchase them, and I would be paid back.
Who told you that you were going to be paid back?
Shelley.
No, she didn't. That sounds ridiculous, Miss Terrace. You never told you were going to pay her back for the airline tickets?
No, that was an agreement with her son.
Of course not. You wanted your son to come to your house for Christmas. So you said, I'll send you airline tickets. You don't have to be a genius to figure that out, Miss Terrace. Right? Of course. I have children. If I want my children to come and spend Thanksgiving or Christmas with me, you know, and they don't have money, I say, I'll send you the tickets. So, move on. I don't believe you that she said she was going to pay you back. What's next?
Okay. Starting with August 14th, my son discovered that Shelley had remarried on February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Their marriage was not annulled until May.
Okay.
They were still living as man and wife.
Okay. Would you tell me what it is that you claim she owes you money for? I'm not the moral police.
Okay. At that time, I told them that I would help out paying for a formal wedding and a reception to be held on May 26th. At that time, after discovering that Shelley had committed bigamy by marrying a man on Valentine's Day, February 14th.
Just a second. You said they were married January 10th, 2007.
Correct.
And then they were supposed to have a reception in May. correct. But they were no longer living together in May of '07.
That's correct.
And you paid for what?
I paid for all wedding expenses.
And?
And I was told that I would be repaid for this. However, after...
Who told you that?
Shelley. It was an agreement that I would be paid back. And after discovering that Shelley married a man while she was still married to my son, I feel she is not entitled to anything.
Just a second. I know what you feel. When did you plan this wedding and make the payments that you're complaining about?
In
what
December.
Month? In December. So you made certain outlays of money.
Correct.
Had your son ever been married before?
No.
Had you been married before?
Yes, ma'am.
So you wanted to make a wedding. Where was the wedding supposed to be?
In my hometown.
In your hometown? For your family and friends?
That's...
Because your son was never married before.
That's correct.
So you said, I'll make the wedding. Miss Tarras, we know where it's going, my dear. That's what you do. You didn't expect her to pay for the wedding. She's got 2 children that she's, I assume, supporting, that they live with her. She wasn't going to make the wedding. You wanted to make the wedding in Las Vegas, where you live, where your son grew up, where you have family and friends, and you said, I'll pay for the wedding. You put down a deposit on a hall, you put down deposit on invitations, and whatever you did. The formal marriage didn't work out, and nothing came of the May event because they were already separated for 5 months by the time May rolled around. So, doesn't work out, doesn't work out. Would have been no difference if they got married January 10th and you paid for the wedding in January, and that was the formal wedding, and they separated 15 days later. You don't get your money back from her. What do you want?
I'd like to add something, Your Honor.
Go.
Amen. I moved out of the apartment on February 20th, 2007. Shelley's second ex-husband, she found out ungratefully, had died, had passed away on December 1st. Shelley was having a very hard time grieving with this. And I can remember multiple times her waking up in the middle of the night telling me how much Chris was a better man than me.
Listen, does this have some relevance to your mother's lawsuit, or you just want a cathartic event? What does that have to do? Mr. Tarras, listen to me very carefully.
Yes, ma'am.
I understand you were hurt. However, you were a very lucky man. Very lucky. Because you were about to take on a responsibility of a woman who's a little nutty. There's no question she's a nut. Because she had 2 girls, and she gave up what appears to be a perfectly reasonable guy with a perfectly reasonable family, and married somebody, according to you, who's in prison.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's nutty. So, finding that out now, before you do something stupid like make a baby with her so that you're tied to her forever, you should go like this and say, thank you very much. If it only cost me a few $1,000s to get rid of this nut, it's a bargain. It's the bargain of the century. Do you understand, Mr. Tarras?
Yes, ma'am.
Your mother should understand that, too.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I've made more than 5 weddings because we had a couple of doubles in there. I know what it's like. None of my children ever paid me back for weddings. Get over it, Miss Tarras. Now move on.
And later today,
this apartment is a pigsty. Don't you clean?
I don't live like a pig, Your Honor.
How did these holes get in the wall?
Sandra Tarras says her ex-daughter-in-law, Miss Shelley Johnson, owes for airline tickets, wedding expenses, and the return of a family heirloom. Sandra claims Miss Shelley is a bigamist.
Now, I understand you were hurt. You'll find somebody else, uncomplicated, and do yourself a favor. How old are you?
25, ma'am.
25. Pick somebody without baggage.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now sit.
I am, ma'am.
What's next?
Your Honor, due to her committing bigamy...
It's over. She never promised to pay you for the wedding. Move on.
Well, she did
No, she did not.
Okay.
No, that's a fib. I don't like fibbers. I have 5 children. I've made more than 5 weddings because we had a couple of doubles in there. I know what it's like. None of my children ever paid me back for weddings. Do you understand? Even when the marriage didn't work out. Get over it, Miss Tarras. Now move on.
Okay. Well, just the bigamy charges. She marries another man while they're still married. That concerns me.
It may concern you, madam. I am not a criminal court judge. You want to notify the district attorney that she committed bigamy? Go with good luck and go with my blessing. Get on to what I'm here about. The last part of your lawsuit, which is items that you claim you gave her, family heirlooms that you want back.
Yes, my mother makes hand-sewn quilts for all the new granddaughters that are marrying her grandsons. My family is requesting that returned. due to Shelley obviously not having any interest in them since she married a man a month after marrying my son.
Well, you're not entitled to that, Miss Tarras, unless Miss Johnson wants to give it back to you. Do you have that quilt?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Would you like to give it back to Miss Tarras? She would like it back.
I can send it back to her grandmother.
Fine. Perfect. What else?
The diamond necklace that I would like returned.
No, you don't get that back.
Okay. I bought that as a daughter-in-law, but...
Good. She was your daughter-in-law for about 15 days. Keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep going.
The expenses for the wedding.
I already told you. She owes you absolutely nothing. She's being gracious in returning a quilt that you say was made by a family member that you want back in the family. And that's only her being gracious to return that to you. So you're not entitled to anything else, Ms. Tarras. I'll prepare an order with regard to the quilt. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
This is the woman that I trusted and I loved with all my heart, and I can't believe she did this to me and my family.
I'd rather be alone and, be married to the right person than to be married to the wrong person.
It's a felony in the state of Colorado. We've already checked it out. So we will be pursuing that.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Jacobs versus Nelson Ankhorn. Step forward, please.
Gazina Jacobs is suing her former tenants, Benjamin Nelson and his girlfriend, Vanessa Ankhorn, for rent, utility bills, and for severely damaging her rental property.
Ms. Jacobs, you rented a unit that you had, apartment,
yes,
to the defendants. They were referred to you by a neighbor. According to your complaint, you had to evict them. They owed you rent. You want your rent. You want the damage that they did to your apartment, which you say was substantial. Mr. Nelson and Ms. Eichhorn say you owe them money. You kept their security deposit. They did not cause any damage to the unit. They were current in their rent until you shut off their electricity and their power, and they have a counterclaim. What kind of work do you do, Mr. Nelson?
I'm a handyman, mechanic, painter. I do a lot of things.
Do you work for anybody or you work for yourself?
I work for myself.
And what do you do?
I'm a hostess.
It's just the two of you in the unit? And how much was the rent?
$960 a month plus electric and gas.
Which you were supposed to pay for yourself.
Yes.
When did you move in?
I believe it was September of 06.
When did they move in?
They moved in at the end of January of 07, and the lease agreement started 1st of February of 07.
I don't think that's right. We
Can I
lived
see
there
the
longer
lease,
than that.
please?
I have the lease.
Prescribed medication, Mr. Nelson.
No.
You moved in February of 07, sir, not in September of 06. Okay. So, first let's start with the question of utilities. According to your answer, you say she agreed to rent us the unit and we signed the lease for $960 a month, including utilities. Now you say you were supposed to pay your own utilities.
Electric and gas, yes.
You were supposed to pay your own utilities. Did you put them in your name?
Right before we got evicted.
Eventually we had to.
What do you mean eventually you had to? You had to when you moved in February.
Well, they were in her name up until then because it was part of the agreement that our utilities would be included in the $960 rent.
Not according to him.
According to this evidence in these papers, that's what it was. It was in her name for a long time.
Well, it was, of course. It had to be in somebody's name.
Yes, and until she got it, she turned it off without notice.
Just a second. Were you supposed to pay the utilities?
Yes.
Why didn't you put the utilities in your name starting in February?
Because that wasn't part of the agreement that we had.
Of course it was.
We didn't have the money at the time.
That may be an answer.
So we agreed to do it when we had the money.
Yeah. Just a second. When did you have the money?
I believe it was in April or May.
By April, she had already turned off the utilities.
That's when we got it in our name.
Because you didn't pay them. When did you move out?
We moved out around the beginning of June, around June 10th.
June 9th was our last day.
So you owe her rent for February, March, April, May, and June. 5 months.
No,
that is not true.
We've paid her up until like the last 2 months before we moved out.
I'm telling you that's what you owe her.
Okay.
Show me that you paid 5 months' rent. If you didn't give her rent for 5 months, tell me when you stopped paying her rent.
I always brought her cash. I stopped paying her rent on about end of April. I stopped paying rent because I didn't have the money because I lost my job.
All right, fine. So far, you owe her $1,150 in rent, and you didn't pay the utilities for February, March, and April. I assume that they paid them in May because then they had to put them in their own name. At least
yes,
you were off the hook. So how much did they owe you for utilities?
Utilities is, I got the receipts right here, $767.69.
Now, you have pictures of the damage to the apartment?
I sure do.
I'd like to take a look at it.
There's several sets of pictures. I also have a list from the repair person and the checks that I did pay a person to repair the $4,000 worth of damages.
How did these holes get in the wall?
That was a prior roommate.
Whose roommate?
Ours. A bad selection of a roommate.
Well, you owe her for this damage.
Yes, I believe we do. We're responsible because...
You are.
it's
Your
my
roommate. Go find your roommate.
I'm putting in a small claim right now.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That master bedroom, I know it was their bedroom, and right below those holes was their mattress. So, yeah, you can see her head. There,
Your
right
Honor,
where he...
That is untrue. She's made a lot of allegations about us, about him doing bad things to hurt me, a lot of why reason why those holes are in our walls.
When was the last time the police were called to any residence where you have ever lived for domestic violence?
Never. Just this once. If she'd called.
Just a second. When in any of your residences were the police called on a complaint of domestic violence?
None that we know of.
She just said once.
Well, no, we believe that's what she called about.
Yeah,
because they showed up, but nothing was ever done about it because nothing was wrong.
They showed up at the residence because they were looking for him.
This apartment is a pigsty. Don't you clean?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we had a roommate that came in while we were at work and damaged a lot of
It's
stuff.
filthy. That doesn't happen from a messy roommate. That happens from people who live like pigs.
I don't live like a pig, Your Honor.
Well, you did. I never saw a place so filthy.
I had to go through my house in 2 days' time, and I had to pretty much tear everything apart that I had and find what was sentimental to me, pack it up, and then start throwing a lot of my things away.
Should have paid your rent.
Your Honor.
You should have paid your rent. That's what happens when you don't pay rent or utilities.
We'd agreed to start paying it off. We'd actually started paying it off. And
Listen, she's not your mother.
I know.
She's your landlord. The first thing that you did was you moved into the apartment. You were supposed to put the utilities in your name. You didn't. Then you have a counterclaim that she had no right to turn off the utilities because she got tired of paying $767 for your utilities. Well, then you had no choice, but you put them in your name. At least she's off the hook. I don't know whether you stiffed the utility company or not. I assume you did. Now, then you leave an apartment like a pigsty and you blame it on a roommate. Well, so far it's everybody's fault but yours. Everybody else is wrong. She's wrong.
I'm taking responsibility since it was my roommate. I have to.
I don't necessarily think it was your roommate, sir. I don't necessarily think it was your roommate. I don't believe necessarily it was your roommate just because you say it. Do you understand?
Oh, I understand.
Good. I'm glad you do. Okay, so far you owe her $19.17 just for your rent and the utilities.
And that's the detailed list of what was repaired?
Nothing was repaired, Your Honor, except for the holes in the walls, because I live right next to that place, and so does my neighbor, and she happens to walk by and she sees our things are still being used. A refrigerator that she said was damaged that we need to pay for to replace, still being used. It was like that before we moved in.
That's a lie.
Show them these pictures, please.
The refrigerator was not repaired, and the refrigerator I'm not suing for. I'm just suing for the repairs Mr. Bean did on my rental unit.
Your Honor, I was going through all these items. That's why it looks like a pigsty like this.
Hey, just take a look at the toilet. The toilet isn't going through the items. That toilet hasn't been cleaned, it looks like, in 6 months. You owe $5,000 for your cleanup, for your rent, and for your utilities. Now, give me 30 seconds or less on your counterclaim. Let's go!
We don't believe we owe her because nothing was fixed before we even moved in.
Forget it. Next.
All of our stuff that was in the house, she told us we would have 2 days and we had
Why
nowhere to
didn't
go.
you get your stuff out?
We stayed up all night trying to get our stuff out.
We had
but
2
we had a
days
house
time
full of
to do
stuff,
it.
so we got out what we
Did
could.
you pay rent in June?
I was giving her a couple hundred every
Did you
week.
pay rent in June?
Not in full, no.
Counterclaim's dismissed. You owe $5,000. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, this is case number 235 on the calendar in the matter of Ricotta versus Leach.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Ms. Ricotta, it is your claim that you gave Mr. Leach $4,500 so that he could go out and scout around and find a car for your daughter for her birthday.
Yes.
Mr. Leach acknowledges that you gave him $4,500, but he says it was the return of a loan. This was your boyfriend for a period of time?
For 3 years.
So, Mr. Leach, I'm going to start with you, sir. When did you make Mr. Ricotta a loan?
The exact date was July of 2006.
And what was the loan for, sir?
Unforeseen expenses, household expenses, and also she had a very tight budget in terms of purchasing this car. So I was helping out with that.
Purchasing which car?
The car she was looking for her daughter for.
Tell me how these loans came about, Mr. Leach.
What
do you mean? Sir, am I saying something confusing to you? Is English your primary language?
Yes, it is. Actually, I just had to think for a moment because...
Because you didn't expect me to start with you. That's why you had to think for a moment, because you didn't expect me to start with you. Well, your defense is that the money she gave you was a return of a loan. So, tell me about the loan.
Okay. She was telling me she was struggling in terms of meeting expenses, household expenses, and also at the same time in terms of what she was trying to do in purchasing this car. There was a lot of expenses that came up, so it was very difficult for her in order to meet those expenses.
How did you come up with a figure, Mr. Leach?
I'm sorry, excuse me? Yeah. How did she come up?
How did you come up with a figure about how much money you were going to loan her?
Because it was about how much it would cost to buy a car. I figured how much, from what I knew about, though it was going to be very difficult to find a car for that amount of money, but, we're going to try to see.
So you gave her the money to buy this car that she wanted to buy for her daughter. Is that what you're telling me?
Mr.
Leach,
yes, correct.
That's not what you say in your answer, but let's say you sort of forgot what you wrote in your answer. So you lent her the money to buy this car, and you were supposed to look for the car because that's your sort of strong suit, because you buy cars at auctions.
I have a friend who owns a dealership, and I thought that we could help her find a car through him.
So then why would you give her the money to give the money back to you?
It was her car. She would have to write the check for the car. She'd be purchasing the car.
Not necessarily, sir. You could have written the check out of your account. How did you know it was going to be $4,000?
I didn't. It was an estimate how much it was going to cost.
Show me the proof.
Okay,
show me the proof. I'm dying to see your proof. Show me a bank statement, sir.
I don't have a bank statement with me. I have a canceled check showing the amount of money withdrawn.
Where's your bank statement showing that this money came out of your account?
I don't. It's a copy of the canceled check, the front and the back.
Show me the bank statement. You were supposed to bring bank statements, sir.
I'm sorry, I don't have a bank statement with me.
That's too bad. You have a bank statement to show me?
Yes.
Give that back to him, please. Thank you very much.
This transaction, which she's speaking of, in May of 2006, because he does have an auction, and I'm a single mother, and he knew I was struggling. He did not want me to take a part-time job, so he offered to help me with my finances, that we go in on a car together at auction, and we did. I put $4,000 in, he put $2,000. He did all the legwork, he went to auction, he sold the car, and for me loaning him the money, I made a $200 profit, which was good for me, worked for him, and I do have all the statements for that transaction. The canceled checks he's showing you is the payment of the $4,000 I originally gave him in May. So that was a totally separate transaction. And I do have bank statements showing it came out of my account.
Show me the money that you gave him.
Okay.
I'm talking about the money for your daughter's car.
Oh, okay.
As far as I'm concerned, Mr. Leach has been totally unsuccessful in persuading me that he made a loan to you.
Okay, that's what you have right there is for the transaction in October. And you can see there's a cancel money order that went into his bank account the day after I took it out of my bank.
That was in October.
Correct.
Does this look familiar to you, sir? This is a bank statement.
I know what a bank statement looks like. Let me ask you, can I ask you a question?
Can you ask me a question?
Yes, can I?
I don't know answers. All I know is proof. I know what proof is.
Okay.
Proof
a canceled check
money...
is not enough evidence to support.
Sir, anybody can prepare a copy of a canceled check.
Okay, what about the checks I wrote to her with?
Show me the checks.
You have a copies of with her name, with her endorsement.
These are copies, sir. I'm looking for a bank statement showing me that money actually came out of an account.
Can you ask her if she?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think you're a hustler. She gave you this for $4,500. Money went into your account, $4,500. What did you do with
Before that money came out of my account, and I think she will admit that that I wrote those checks to her. She endorsed it.
Yeah, she just explained to me that there was some sort of an arrangement with a second car. Did you buy another car at auction?
Yeah, there was another and she's made that claim before, and I actually have evidence to support otherwise that that's not true what she's telling you.
Well, show me.
Okay.
Well, here I have something, Mr. Ricotta, in June of 2006, made out to cash. It says for Rosie. Who endorsed this?
I did. It's written out as...
So you cashed it, you endorsed it, and you wrote on for Rosie.
No, I wrote on Rosie, and then I endorsed it afterward.
And what did you do with the money?
I gave the money to her.
Did he give you money in June?
No. In fact, I have a bank account statement of the first transaction that I took out $4,000 in May, and that he paid me back the $4,000 with those checks that you see a copy of.
Okay. So you gave him the $4,500 when?
October 4th, 2006.
My daughter coming up to an anniversary. Would you mind telling me what took you so long?
I originally started suing him in December. At the end of December, I took him to a small claims court.
And what happened?
He did not show up. He claimed he did not receive the notice. So he obtained an attorney. He had the attorney file to set a new court date. So that was successful, and that's what led us to here.
Ms. Ricotta, I'm satisfied that you gave him $4,500. I am now also satisfied that you vigorously pursued the return of your $4,500 2 months after you gave him the $4,500. I mean, I don't understand why he took your money and didn't purchase this car. Is there any reason? Did you break up with him shortly afterwards?
Yes. He felt the day that he came to my house, which was December 1st, 2 days before my daughter's birthday, because I did want it for my daughter's 16th birthday. And even though we had broken up earlier in August, we still remained friendly and we'd see each other now and then. I felt that he felt we were still going to stay together. And on
Come on, get to it. December 1st, he was at your house, and?
December 1st, he came to my house. I said, since you don't have the car in time for my daughter's birthday, I would like the money back. And I asked him if he still had the money. And he basically in turn said I called him a liar and a thief, and he felt disrespected, and he was hurt. He was hurt because that ended the relationship at that point. Was the last time.
Can I add something to that?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, because that's not what happened actually at that time. That night in question, actually, she accused me of stealing money, which I had not done. She was under the influence of prescription, non-prescription medication, and she had a lot of issues, depression, and she was taking it out on me. I mean, I can add a lot more insight, but, you know, it's the personal issues that, you know, that...
I don't have to go into personal issues.
Right,
All
right.
I have to know is, in my own gut,
Right.
is whether or not I believe, based upon the proof that's been shown to me today, whether or not she gave you $4,500 to go and look for a car for her daughter, and whether or not, because the relationship was over, you failed to return the $4,500. She has proof that she took $4,500 out of her bank. She has proof that that $4,500 found its way within a couple of days to your bank. You say it was the return of a loan. I am not satisfied that there was any loan that you made to her, because you gave me some convoluted story that, quite frankly, even you couldn't follow if you were sitting here. So I am satisfied that you did, in fact, take this money in the quest to buy this young lady a car, and you didn't return it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,500. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I wish the verdict would have gone the other way. It would have sent a strong message to her that we're talking about denial and untruthfulness.
I'd worked long and hard for that money to save for my daughter, and here was the moment, and I couldn't do for her what I wanted to do.
It's not hard for me to believe that, you know, he would go out of his way just to be a pain in the butt.
I'm not the type to have bitter feelings. I wish him the best, and I'm just glad to be moving on.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Dennis versus Dennis. Step forward.
Diane Dennis is suing her daughter, Christy Dennis, for fraudulently using her home as collateral on a bail bond. Christy claims she paid her back.
Mr. Dennis, this is your daughter.
Yes.
According to your complaint, your daughter has had a difficult adulthood. She has some children that you are caring for because she had a drug problem for a while and was unable to care for the children. And I assume that you're doing okay now.
Yes.
You look fine.
Thank you.
Sometime during that period of time, she gave you the home that she had, and you and the children live in that home.
Yes.
You subsequently found out that she had used that home, while it was still in her name, as collateral for bail for her boyfriend.
Right.
The boyfriend skipped out. The bail was up to several $1,000s. There was a lien on the house for that amount of money, and you want her to pay you back for that.
That's correct.
Is there a mortgage on the house?
Yeah.
And how much did you pay for it?
$115,000.
When did you buy it?
It would be like 96 or 97.
99.
Oh, 99.
What's the house now worth?
$150,000.
So it is appreciated in value.
Yes.
And when did she give it to you?
In September of '03.
And are you paying the mortgage on the house now?
Yes, I am.
Did you put any money down on the house?
No, I didn't.
So the house is now worth approximately $35,000 more than when you purchased it. And you put in zero money.
Well, I put some upgrades in the home, but I didn't.
That has
put any.
nothing to do with, you put in zero money.
That's right.
To purchase it.
Right.
And between 1999 and 2003, you paid the mortgage?
Yeah.
You did not pay the mortgage.
Well, I did. It went into foreclosure 3 times during that time. It was because of non-payment. So the first time was $1,800. That was in '01. She came to me and said, I'm in big trouble.
Okay, that was $1,800. And
okay,
then?
A year later in 2002, it was $2,200. And I paid that. And then I moved in with her. She was having trouble paying her bills and everything. And in 2003, it went into foreclosure for the 3rd time for non-payment.
But you were living with her at the time?
Yes, and I was giving her my half of the house payment to pay, but she was not paying the house payment. So then we owed $2,425. And I said, well, if you want me to pay it this time, it's no longer your house.
And that was in September of 2003?
Yes.
And when did you actually turn the house over to your mother?
September of 2003.
And when did you use the house as collateral for bail for your boyfriend?
In June of 2004.
Well, how could you use the house as collateral?
Well, it was still in my name.
Well, how could it be in your name if you turned it over to your mother? When did
she
you
kept
actually...
it in my name.
Oh, she can't do that.
No,
Why did
what
you
we
keep
did
it in
is
there?
we did a quit claim deed and we notarized it and everything, but I did not record it at the county recorder's office.
Why not?
Because I was not anxious to take her house, and she said that she was going to pay me back. And so I put on the letter of explanation on the quit claim deed, I gave her a little bit of time to do that and said if she did it by a certain date.
Miss Dennis,
she never did it.
You don't get the benefit of the law when you're not following through and doing the right thing. Ms. Dennis, if you had recorded the deed, which you, I assume, ultimately did.
Yes, I did.
Then she couldn't have used the house as collateral.
That's right. That was my mistake, definitely.
It was your mistake.
Right.
But you're really not out any money because you have a home in which you put in no money and you have equity in the house of over $35,000.
Yes, and I've helped her a lot. The only thing
I'm not talking about you helping her. And I assume that when she gave you this house, and if there was an increased equity of $35,000, nobody paid any federal gift tax on the house.
Well, it hasn't been sold.
It doesn't have to be sold. She gave you a gift. And if the gift is in excess of $10,000, you have to pay a gift tax on that, Ms. Dennis.
She was going into foreclosure. It was either going to go to the bank or to me.
You're making excuses. You know exactly what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is you now have a home in which at most you put in $4,000 if you paid the back mortgage payment.
No, that was over $6,000, 3 times.
I have 18 and 22.
And then 24, 25, the last time. That was the
foreclosure.
foreclosure.
You were living, just a second, you were living there.
And giving her the payment.
You were living there. I don't believe that you were giving her the payment, Miss Dennis.
Was I giving, okay.
Miss Dennis, I don't believe you were giving her the payment. With her history of not paying the mortgage, it doesn't sound right to me that if you're living there because your daughter's on drugs, that you would turn over your half of the mortgage payment to her so that she would pay the mortgage. Miss Dennis, it doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, it's not true.
Okay.
So,
well, I thought she wasn't paying the payment because she didn't have the money. She went through a hard time. She lost her partner.
Miss Dennis, I don't
working.
believe you that you were giving her the money. I don't believe that you were living in the house with her to take care of your grandchildren because she was going through a difficult time, according to you, on drugs, and you were handing her over money. I don't believe it.
Yeah,
well, I don't believe it.
I
don't believe it.
Okay, after she signed the quitclaim deed, the only thing that changed is that I was now making the payment.
Miss Dennis, you have a house in which you have now $35,000 in equity for which you paid nothing.
Your Honor, I upgraded the downstairs.
Good for you. Now you own the house.
At the time I took the quitclaim deed, she had about $10,000 worth of equity. This has been since 2003 that she signed it over to me. In 2004, she used it as collateral to get her boyfriend out of jail.
Couldn't
now
have
that's
done
the
that.
only.
Couldn't have done that, my dear, if you had taken the deed.
But it still changes hands. The only thing is, it doesn't give notice. As far as I gave constructive notice because I'm living in the house.
Don't tell me about constructive notice. You did not give constructive notice to the bail bondsman. Because if you did, then the bail bondsman would not have been.
Yeah, I found out that about
you think if you talk more than me, you're wrong on the law, Miss Dennis.
Of course, but
of course.
A year
so
later,
if you're wrong on the law, and if you come to a court, somebody's going to say to you, "You're wrong on the law." Now, sometimes you get a certain amount of sympathy because if you were out money, I would say,
I'm
you know,
out
I
so
have,
much
I
money.
have sympathy. Well, that's not what this is about. We're here on one particular issue. And the one issue that we're here to address is whether or not you are entitled to the money that you had to repay to take a lien off your house.
Right.
And I'm saying to you that it wasn't your house.
Okay.
Unless you record it, because that's what the law requires.
Okay, let's say...
You're trying to speak over me. Now, Ms. Dennis, the law requires that with regard to real property, that is land, homes on land, that you record a deed so that the rest of the world knows that this is your property. The law does not require that with regard to personal property, the locket around your neck, the shirt that you're wearing, but the law requires that with regard to land.
Right.
You chose, for whatever reason, not to do that. She was absolutely entitled, therefore, during that period of time to use her house as collateral. Now, if you're looking for a sympathy factor, there is none, because according to you, the equity that she had built up until 2003 was $10,000. Now the equity is $35,000. So sympathetically, it's here. Morally, it's here.
Okay, I paid over $6,000 just to get it out of foreclosure when she was non-paying. Okay, I put in improvements that was way over the
Goodbye, Miss
10,000.
Dennis. You're not getting anywhere. The case is dismissed.
Okay.
That's case number 137 on the calendar in the matter of Kia versus Monzon.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Ms. Kiev, how long did you and the defendant live together?
We lived with each other for over 5 years.
In your complaint, you say it was 6.
6 years, yes. That's when the trouble started.
And during the time that you were living together, were you working?
Yes, I was working.
Continuously?
Continuously.
And what about the defendant? Was he working?
No, he was always between jobs. He had over 5 jobs.
How long were you unemployed, Mr. Monson?
It was like a month.
But other than that, you were working?
Yes, ma'am.
And how did you arrange your finances?
In my paycheck, I pay the mortgages and bills.
And what about with his paycheck?
His paycheck, whenever he can help me, he'll give me some money.
It doesn't seem like a very, very appropriate financial arrangement. Did you have a joint bank account?
At one point, we did.
Oh, fine. So you had a joint bank account. And when you had a joint bank account, did you deposit your paychecks?
Yes, I did, but money was missing from the account. Plus, child support was pulling money from the account because he owed over $53,000 in arrear back payments, which I have evidence.
You don't have to show me. Okay. I got it. You picked him.
Right. Bad apple.
Well, I would have figured that out if it's true within a year, not 6 years. You have no children together?
No.
Perfect. This is your complaint. You say that he trashed your house when he moved out, and you want him to fix up the house, that he also took all the property in the house. When he moved out, you want the return of value of your property. You also say that he has a car that was evidently in both your names. You don't necessarily want the car back, but you want your name off the title because you don't want to be responsible for the car anymore.
Correct.
Now, Mr. Monzon says that the car is just as much his as it is yours, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Who paid for it?
Apparently I did.
What do you mean apparently? What does that mean?
Because she said that I didn't make the house payment, so then my check only paid the Montero, so I guess the Montero's mine then.
I have...
I mean, that's what she told me. My check wasn't making the house payment. It was just paying the bills in the Montero. Hello, how did you make the house payment then?
Did you take any property from the house, sir?
The property I took from the house...
No, the answer is either
yes, I did.
Or no. What property did you take from the house?
I took some furniture that I bought.
That you bought when?
When we were together.
From what money? Is not an answer.
Like August.
From the money August?
I mean, what'd you say about the furniture? I mean, you're confusing me, I'm sorry.
I want you to try to pay attention, not try to think ahead.
Okay.
It will be too taxing for you. I want you to think of what I'm saying just at the moment. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you get the money from that you used to purchase the furniture?
Oh, from my check, from my work, my job.
Okay. Did you deposit it in a bank account?
No, I gave her my check, and I had my own money.
You mean you had different money from the money that you earned from your work?
Since we were no longer together, as she claimed, I wasn't going to give her the rest of my check anymore.
I'm asking you about the furniture that you purchased, sir, that was in the house.
Yes, I purchased it.
Oh. See, this is not going to be easy. Listen, almost marrieds don't cut it in court, especially this one. Is not particularly interested in your almost married debt, your almost married joint property, your almost married bank accounts. You choose to get married, we've created an entire and an elaborate court system to deal with that. You choose to live together without benefit of marriage. There are certain things that you're going to fall short when the relationship terminates. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. So, you want the furniture or the car?
I'll take the car.
Perfect. Where's the title?
I have the registration here. It's been changed already in my name. Okay, that's what she wanted.
Fine. So it's out of her name now.
Yes, it is.
Is that what you want?
Yes, and also the F-150, his truck, my name is also on there too.
The F-150 is in my dad's name. It's no longer in the name of...
Okay, listen to me. Where is all the furniture?
Some of it is gone because she abandoned the house and me, and I didn't know when she was going to come back or not. She left right...
Where's the furniture?
It's gone.
Did it fly away, sir? Did the earth open up and take it?
Some of the furniture was still there.
Okay. Mr. Monzon, you're making my life very easy, sir. Very easy. Let me see pictures of the house, please.
Do you want to see the before or after?
I want to see both.
Okay.
And the property that he took from the house, give me an approximate value of this furniture that's gone.
The ones that I'm concerned about are my computer, armor, passport, necklace that I got from my mom, my late mother, and...
That's not furniture, madam. You're not talking furniture. I'm talking about furniture.
I didn't come here for furniture. I came...
Oh, because you say in your complaint that he emptied out your house.
Yes, but what I'm concerned about is my computer, my passport...
Where's her computer?
The computer was bought for me. She bought that computer for me.
No, I have...
Just a second. It's not your computer. Do you understand? The computer is going back to her. You've got the car and the truck. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what you get. That's what I'm giving you. Period. Everything else goes back to her, including the computer. Do you understand? Within 5 days, the computer goes back to her. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut an order to motor vehicles to transfer the titles to both the truck and the car back to her name. Do we understand each other, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know what kind of an agreement you signed when you came here? That every decision that I made, you would abide by.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Within 5 days, the computer goes back to her in good condition. Because if it's not, I'm going to take your car away. Now do we understand each other, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Okay. Now I see the nice house. By the way, you have her passport too?
No.
You're going to have to write away for another passport. All right, it's got a nice house. Can I see the after, please? Perfect. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Mr. Monzon, what were you so angry about, sir?
Well, I was angry at her, but I didn't take it out on the house. House don't hit back.
I understand from reading the complaint that there came a time when you weren't there. He changed the locks on the house. Did you change the locks on him?
Prior to November, I did.
Did you let him back in?
No, he kicked the door in.
And what did you do?
I called the police because
And the police told you that you couldn't lock him out?
No.
Okay. Did he come back into the house?
He came back into the house.
How?
He kicked the door into the house.
You already told me that he kicked the door once.
Right.
Then the police were called.
Right.
What happened when the police were called?
They told me that you shouldn't have locked him up because he has every right to be here.
You shouldn't have. That's what I thought.
Because I was coming home from work, and I didn't know why I was being locked out anyways.
I would have locked you out a long time ago, but that's just me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You owe $53,000 in back child support, and they would have taken your house. That's why it was put in her name. Is that smart of me to think of that?
Yeah, it is, but it wasn't.
Right.
And later today.
Why was it put in your personal bank account?
The money was essentially mine from the get-go.
No, that's not true. You're an embezzler.
Coach Kiev says her former live-in boyfriend, Jovial Monzon, owes for the return of property and for the cost to repair her home.
Who made the holes in the wall, sir?
I don't know.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
I don't believe you at all.
When I left the house, it was in good condition.
Not now. So either you did it or she destroyed her own house.
Your Honor, I was served some papers from one of her lawyers saying that they hear voices in the house. And, if they hear voices in the house and I'm at work, hello, what did that tell you? Somebody else is in the house. Call the police, I'm being robbed.
Mr. Monzon, you walked out of the house with probably the only two valuable things that were there, which were a car and a truck. Now you say one is in your father's name. How did it get in your father's name?
He was the one who bought me that truck, and they just put it in our name just to show him how much they cared about us, that they didn't want nothing to do with it.
He bought the truck for?
For me, but to put it in our name.
He put it in your name because you owed back child support, and they were going to take the truck if you put it in your name alone. Who are you kidding?
No, that wasn't the reason why.
Wasn't the reason why? But
No,
it was a very good reason. Is that smart of me to think of that?
Yeah, it is, but it wasn't.
Right. Right. How much is it going to cost you to clean up this mess?
I don't live there, so it's hard for me to get somebody to go and give an estimate. I've been working with my realtor, and she's been trying to get someone out there also, and we haven't.
Well, how do you expect me to figure it out?
It's a lot of damage. I have receipts from when I installed the carpet, brand new carpet, and the stove that he damaged. I have receipts of it.
In what year did you install that?
It was July '06 when I had the house on the market.
And was he living there in July of '06?
July '06, he actually went to rehab, drug rehab. He was gone for a week.
You had been living with him. So if you put the new carpet in the house, madam, it's from monies that you had pooled together.
No, this is money from refinancing my house.
How much did you take out of the house?
I took out to pay off the car, which was $21,000 on the car, and
which car?
The Montero.
You paid off the Montero?
I paid off the Montero. I have the refinancing paperwork. Shows the check distributed to Mitsubishi.
Can I see that, please? You paid off the car?
Yes, I did.
You want the car?
I do want the car back.
Oh, you want the car?
But he refused to give me back the car, so I said, if you want to keep the car, then take my name off the title because I don't want any responsibility. But if I can get my car back, I would love to have my car back because I paid for that.
She says she took out a home equity loan and refinanced the house for $21,000 and paid off the Montero. Is that true? I have paperwork here.
I guess so. I mean, like,
What year is the Montero?
2002.
How much was it?
$800 and something that apparently I was making the payments on.
So you can't pay for both the house and the car at the same time?
No, but apparently she said she was. It's her car and the house. Your Honor, the house, okay, the house, we bought the house together. I mean, like, I'm not even countersuing against that.
When was the house purchased?
It was purchased like 2 years ago, which my parents gave her $15,000 so she can purchase the house. We could.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha. And the house was put in her name?
No, she put it in her own name.
I said the house was put in her name.
Right. Why would you put my name in there?
Why? Because you owe $53,000 in back child support. That's why. And they would have taken your house. That's why it was put in her name. Same reason that the cars were put in other people's names other than yours. Have you paid your child support?
Yes, I pay it out of my paycheck. Comes out
because now they take it out of your paycheck.
Yes, I pay
Good.
it.
Who are you living with now?
I'm between houses.
You're living in one of your cars?
No. I'm supposed to be leaving to go to Denver. Apparently, I had to come here first, take care of this.
Leaving for Denver for what?
To start anew, to get away from the plaintiff.
Where are your children?
My children are in California.
And where are you living now?
I'm living in Benicia right now.
In California?
Yes.
So you're moving hundreds of miles away from your children?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I chose her over my kids. Stupid, huh? She gave me the choice.
Listen to me.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody makes you make that choice, sir.
You're right.
Nobody makes you make that choice.
Biggest one I made.
Okay. Now, he does not have your necklace. He does not have your passport. He has your computer, which he's going to return to you in 5 days. Do you understand?
Yes.
The house is in your name.
Yes.
Did you get a deposit for $15,000 from his family for the house?
It was $12,000, yes.
So you did. Did you pay them back?
I did.
When?
I borrowed $12,000 for the first house that I bought. When I sold that house and made some money, I paid them back after I sold the first house.
What about a down payment on this house?
I bought it with $0 down.
With $0 down?
Yes. The money was to put in the bank to show that I can make the payment.
And where did you get that money from?
I borrowed it from my sister and from his mother.
From his mother?
Yes.
Did you give it back to her?
I did. Yes, I did.
Did she give it back to your mother?
I don't know.
You were there.
Okay, fine. Okay. You get your computer back, and I believe that you're entitled for money for the car because I believe that you made a substantial payment on the car. He's going to take your name off the title. He says he's already taken care of that. But I believe you when you say you took out a home equity line of credit, and from that you paid off the Montero, so I'm giving you a judgment for $5,000, unless you want to turn the car over to her. What's your pleasure?
I'll keep the car.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Sergeant, you are excused. You may step out.
Because I was fearful for my life. He made threats.
Violent threats? She was harassing me.
He threats to shoot me and do all kinds of stuff.
And she was making demands on me, saying that, oh, I better not make any demands. She was like raising her voice at me.
I hope it's the end, but I still have to go to a restraining order.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Gravenstein, Irwin versus Lewis. Step forward, please.
26-year-old Vanessa Gravenstein and 25-year-old Karina Irwin are suing their former friend, Brian Lewis, for embezzling money from an art collective.
Ms. Gravenstein, according to the complaint that I've read, you and the co-plaintiff met the defendant. You were interested in starting something called an art collective. And I assume what that means is a place where young people can show off their art. Is that right?
And also produce their art and be inspired by each other.
And what you did was you and the co-plaintiff were involved in setting up events to raise money to create this art collective. And the two of you worked together along with Mr. Lewis. You raised over $4,700 at these various events, something that Mr. Lewis does not deny. And you put it in the bank. And Mr. Lewis took the money and spent it. Mr. Lewis's defense is that it was always intended to be his money. That's your defense.
Essentially.
Well, Mr. Lewis, I want you to explain that to me, sir.
9 months ago, I was starting a venue to have
Starting a
venue space for concerts, art showings, and so forth. And over the course of about 9 months, I looked for a location to house that.
I thought you said 9 months ago you had a venue space.
No, 9 months ago we did not.
9 months ago, then you had nothing. You had an idea.
We had an idea.
Keep going.
And over those 9 months, I started a business called...
What was the business?
The business name was Is Village, and it was filed by the Secretary of the State of Oregon.
So now you had an idea that you gave a name to, and you filed a registration of the name. So far you have an idea and a name, and nothing else. Keep going.
I basically looked for individuals to help me create this venue space that was supposed to be owned by myself, and met with friends and other individuals, and they aided me in organizing different events.
Who aided you?
These two individuals and a rotating group of individuals that came in, came out.
Keep going.
We held events, generated money, and because the business belonged to me, it was put in my personal bank account and was my personal
Why was it
property.
put in your personal bank account?
Because the business was mine, I started the group, the money was essentially mine from the get-go.
No, that's not true. You're an embezzler. Absolutely. You brought a group of people together in order to create a dream that you had and that you inspired others to act upon in order to do this Is Village. That's why they went to work for you, and that's why, according to you, the other people who you spoke to became involved in creating the events that brought in money, which would ultimately provide you with a venue. Now, what did you spend the money on, Mr. Lewis?
When I was no longer satisfied with the direction of the business that I started, I followed up on interests, business interests, friends of mine, a limousine.
So you spent the money on yourself?
I wouldn't say that, but...
Well, I would. They weren't investing in a limousine. That's not why they worked to create this, so that you could invest in a limousine? Outrageous. You're outrageous. I'm surprised you didn't notify the police. Did you?
We notified you instead.
Well, his conduct is outrageous, and you should have notified the police. He's an embezzler. And I wouldn't go into a business with you, Mr. Lewis. What you did is outrageous. The only problem is you're not entitled to this money. I mean, my problem is people supported you and gave money and contributed because they were looking forward to some place where they could show their wares. If I gave you this money and you used it on yourself, you're no better than he is.
Exactly. So we feel like we've learned from this situation, and we're going to get a new business and a new business name.
I want to see how much money you collected and how much you put in his bank. Do you have the records?
Yeah.
I'd like to see it, please.
Yeah.
Ever been arrested, Mr. Lewis?
No, ma'am.
How old are you?
21.
Better go back to business school.
Definitely considering it.
I want to see where the money went in.
The deposits are highlighted and circled, and then we wrote next to it which benefits that money came from.
Oh, that's fine. As soon as you get me the bank records, not these, the bank records. Do you understand? You mean you can't get them because they're in his name?
Uh-huh.
I will sign an order for the bank to turn those over to you, unless he does. You prepared to turn those over?
More than happy to do it.
Fine. As soon as we get those, and you have a venue with a signed lease, the check will be made payable to that venue. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
That comports with the reason that not only you, but other people became involved in this vision. Is that reasonable?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Grow up, sir. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in jail. That's all.
That's case number 233 on the calendar in the matter of Calderon Vasquez versus Trujillo.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Why don't you folks have a seat?
You are?
Lydia Calderon, Monica's mother.
Okay, but you don't know anything about this case particularly, do you?
No.
Except that the car belonged to you.
Belongs to both of us.
Are you both on the title?
Yes.
Why don't you sit down for a moment? You're Monica?
Yes.
This was your boyfriend?
Yes.
How long was he your boyfriend?
For about 3 years.
Monica, you say that he broke your cell phone and vandalized your car.
Yes.
He says he didn't do it. So tell me when he vandalized your car.
It was like about 1:30, and he showed up at my house.
1:30
in the
on what
morning.
On what date?
July 28th.
Where were you?
I was at home.
Who else was at home?
My sister.
It was 1:30 a.m. Do you live with your sister?
Yes, I do.
What does your sister do for a living?
She works at Premier Real Estate. She's a
And what do you do?
receptionist.
What do you do?
I'm a cashier.
Where?
At Rite Aid.
How long have you been working there?
In October, it'll be a year.
Mr. Trujillo,
Yes.
what do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a tattoo artist.
You work for yourself?
Yeah, pretty much.
What does that mean?
I'm not working at a shop right now.
So where do you work from?
Out of my house.
Are you licensed?
No.
Do you have to be licensed where you live?
No.
Where do you live?
I live in California.
And in California, you don't need a license to give somebody a tattoo with
No,
a
you
needle?
don't.
That's a big mistake, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you need a license to give somebody a pedicure,
Yeah.
but not to give somebody a tattoo.
No.
You
Not.
sure about that?
I'm positive about that.
Anyway, you make a living at this?
Yeah.
Well, especially since you have no overhead.
What's that? No. What? No. What? No.
Overhead.
Overhead? Oh, okay. Yeah, that was over my head. Sorry.
Unfortunately, Mr. Trujillo, that was true.
Right. Sorry about that.
All right, Miss Vasquez, why don't you tell me about what happened on the 28th of July?
Okay, he showed up at my house and he knocked on my window. I came out of my room and I went to the garage because he went around the house. And I had told him to leave because my sister did not want him around her house.
Why did he come there?
He was...
He said you called him.
No, I did not call him.
You say in your papers, sir, that you went over to the house at 1:30 on July 28th because she called you.
Yeah, we had been talking.
No. Because she called you on July 28th. That's
Okay.
why you said you went over there, right?
Right.
And how did she call you? On your cell phone?
Yeah.
Do you have your cell phone records?
No. I'm sure if I went and got them, I could bring them back to you. I mean, if you wanted to, another
We
date
don't
or
do
something.
do-overs here, Mr. Trujillo. What we do is, when you're coming to court, you're supposed to be prepared. You know what it's like, Mr. Trujillo? You do tattooing
Yeah.
in your house.
Right.
Let's say you made an appointment with somebody who's going to get a really big tattoo. They were going to pay a whole lot of money
Yeah.
for the tattoo. And let's say they arrived and they sat down for you to do the tattoo and you forgot to buy ink.
Right. Yeah, it's happened a couple times.
That's what it's like, Mr. Trujillo, when you come here without evidence.
Yeah, I understand.
With just your good looks and tattoo. That's what happens. You're supposed to bring evidence, bring proof. So we have no proof that she called you to arrive at her house
Right.
1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And so you went outside and you told him to disappear.
Yes.
And what happened?
And by that time, my sister had came out because she heard the knock because our rooms are right next door. And she had went out and told him to leave her house because she was going to call the cops.
Why was she going to call the police?
Because the incident with the phone.
Oh, so the incident with the phone happened first?
Yes.
And that happened about a month before?
Yes.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
Okay, I was at work, and I get out of work at 10, and he showed up at my work, so I left.
Had you not been seeing each other?
No.
Right.
And I left my work, and he followed me down the street, and he was telling me to pull over, and he was next to me in my car. And so I pulled over because he was coming closer to my car, and he had said that if I didn't pull over, he would go to my house and, break windows. And so I pulled over, and he had got my phone to check it for what, I don't know, we weren't together. And I was telling him to give me back my phone, and he was like, "You want your phone?" So he cracked it in half and gave it to me. And so...
Had he been drinking?
Yes, he had a beer in his car.
Who else was in the car?
He was by himself that night.
You got to get a job out of the house, Mr. Trujillo.
Okay.
Listen to me, sir. First, I want you to tell me who these people are that you brought with you to court today.
I brought my dad to court with me today and my brother Fabian. This is my dad, Johnny, and Fabian is Silo.
Yeah, and you all live together?
No.
Do you live alone?
No, I live with my uncle.
Why?
Because my dad has recently moved, and he had moved in with someone else, and there wasn't enough room, so I actually went to live with my uncle.
And where does your brother live?
With his grandpa.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
How old's your brother?
19.
Who did your father move in with?
His girlfriend.
Was there a time you were all living together?
At one time, yeah.
When was the last time you lived together with your father?
About 2 months ago, I lived with my dad in Visalia.
And your brother also lived with your father?
No. My brother has always lived with his grandpa in Tulare.
Did you break her phone?
No, ma'am, I didn't.
Well, tell me what happened, Mr. Trujillo.
Me and Monica had been seeing each other before this incident with the cell phone happened. We had been talking and we had been texting each other, and she had told me that she got out of work at 10 o'clock and that if I wanted to see her after work. And I said, okay, cool. I had the car, so I said, okay, I'll meet you at Taco Bell. So we went and we met at Taco Bell parking lot, and we were there. Everything was fine. We were talking, hugging, everything was cool. And then a call comes through on my phone. And when a call comes through on my phone, it was a ringtone, as you know, the ringtones, like I know you've heard them, like the lovey-dovey ringtones, like the, you know what I mean, like the guy and girl together ringtones. You know what I'm talking about or no? Like, I mean, I could sing one.
Special song or something.
Like, I mean, I could sing one for you, if you want me to sing one. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, at the time when that had happened, we were both kind of looking at each other because I was already like, okay, you know, something's wrong, I messed up. So Monica had...
Yeah.
Yeah, so at that time, Monica had snatched my phone out of my hand. And when that had happened, she snatched my phone and I reached for it back. We kind of got into an argument, a little conflict, you know what I mean? And
Who was calling you, Mr. Trujillo?
Just a friend.
Boyfriend or a girlfriend?
It was a girlfriend.
The timing was really terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't expected.
It was messed up.
Yeah, it was at the right time. So when that had happened, I was leaning up against my car, and Monica had thrown my phone at me. But when she had thrown my phone at me, somehow, and you can tell she has little hands. I don't know how she had both phones in her hand, but when she had thrown it at me, my phone rolled over the car, the hood of the car, and her phone hit my car and broke. However it broke, it was snapped in half, and that's basically what happened.
When he met you at Taco Bell, had you told him that you were going to be out of work at 10 o'clock?
No, he called my work around 10 and he said, I was around the corner. He goes, I'll be there right now. And I was like, I'm going home, I'm leaving. And at that point, my boss had opened the doors to let me leave earlier than everybody else because I had told him. And when I got in my car to leave, he was already at the corner, and that's when he just followed me.
Do you think if I called her boss would say that they opened the door and let her out a little early?
No, I don't.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
And I understand that there were other people with him.
His father and his brother.
Two geniuses.
And they were all drinking.
Well, they can't live together, so at least they can drink together. I guess that's what family's all about.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 18-year-old Monica Vasquez claims ex-boyfriend Lendon Trujillo owes for kicking her car and smashing it with trash cans. Monica also claims Lendon destroyed her cell phone.
What's your boss's name?
David Centeno.
Give me his number.
It's my phone, and my phone is out there.
The Rite Aid number, 67816. There you go.
7816? Now, Mr. Trujillo.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to listen to me very carefully.
Okay.
When somebody tells me a lie once, I tend to disbelieve everything that they say, especially when I have to get my rather sizable keister off this chair and go in the back to make a telephone call. Do you understand?
Oh, yes.
Now, I am prepared to do that.
Okay.
Unless you want to revise your version of the cell phone events.
No, ma'am. No, not at all.
Okay, so let's call Mr. David, because he doesn't have any clue that I might be calling him. He is going to tell me whether or not he let her out early because you were going to come over.
Right.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
Yes, is David Centeno there, please? David, this is Judge Judy Scheindlin. How are you? Good, thank you. David, I have a question for you. I'm here trying a case with Monica Vasquez. And I want you to think back to sometime around the end of June of this year, in the evening when she was leaving. There was an incident with her boyfriend when he called the store. Do you remember that? Could you tell me what happened, please, David? Mm-hmm. Okay. Wonderful. David, you're a very, very nice man for speaking to me. I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you. Bye-bye. boss is a very nice gentleman. Mr. Trujillo, I suggest you spend a little less time tattooing and piercing yourself and a little more time honing your truthful skills, sir. Honing your truthful skills. Ask your father what that means. Honing your truthful skills, sir.
Oh, okay.
Because Mr. Santano says that he remembers the evening very well. You would call the store. You said, I'm going to get down there before the store closes. They let her leave early, and they stood there to watch her get in her car and take off before you got there because she had already broken up with you, and she was afraid about what was going to happen if you got there.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So now I believe very little, sir, of what you're going to tell me. So now he owes you a cell phone. Now I want you to tell me what happened when he vandalized your car.
Okay, that was the night he showed up at my window.
That's correct.
Okay.
And you came out, you told him to leave. Sister came out, and you told him to leave. And I understand that there were other people with him.
His father and his brother.
Two geniuses.
Yes. And they were all drinking.
Two geniuses. Well, they can't live together, so at least they can drink together. I guess that's what family's all about. Go ahead.
And my sister had told his dad to keep him away from her house. And his dad didn't really understand what was happening because Lyndon didn't let him know about the night with the cell phone. So he didn't understand why my sister was...
I think if there wasn't a cell phone, his father wouldn't have understood. Go ahead.
So after that, my sister had told him she was going to call the cops and get a restraining order on him. And at that time, Lyndon was mad because his dad had told me, well, then I don't want her calling him or at my house. And I had said, I haven't called your son and I haven't been to your house. And at that time, Lyndon had got mad and they were drinking. So he kind of like pushed my sister. And at that time, when he got angry, my sister ran to the house to call the cops. And at that time, I had ran back to the house too because he was still mad. And he followed me to the garage door on the side of the house. And when I closed the door and locked it, I could feel him trying to open it. And at that time, he just went to the front of the garage where my car was parked. And I heard a loud noise. And at that time, I had lifted the garage door up because my sister had came out. And we seen him leave the side of my car and get into his dad's car. And the two trash cans were against my car, laying against my car.
You have pictures of the car?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to take a look at it. Outrageous. When did you purchase this car?
Last year in November.
Bought it yourself?
My mom helped me.
Who pays for it?
I do.
Paid the insurance too?
Mm-hmm.
Stand up next to him. You came here, you might as well stand up here. What were you doing out with your son at 1:30 in the morning?
We had went to the club.
What club?
El Presidente.
What were you doing at the club?
Dancing.
And drinking?
I was, yes.
With whom?
Females.
All different kinds?
Pretty much, yeah.
So if you were dancing and drinking with a whole bunch of females, you weren't watching what your two sons were doing?
Actually, he was on his cell phone the whole time we were there, text messaging and back and forth. And I went to him and asked him, who are you texting? And he said, Monica. So
and that's what he said to you?
Yeah.
That's what he said to you, but you don't know that that's true.
No, but...
if I may, Your Honor?
Yeah.
The day before the cell phone incident had occurred,
yeah.
She came to my house, and my dad was coming up from work, and she was coming downstairs. I was walking her down to her car.
And?
And that's why I don't understand really how it could go from her being upstairs in my house and me and her being together in a relationship or working things out, and then to...
Well, were you working things out or were you in a relationship, sir?
No, we're working things out to be in a relationship.
So what did you go there at 1:30 in the morning for?
Because we had been texting each other. We had been texting and talking to each other. And
did she invite you there?
Yeah, I had her on speakerphone because I was the designated driver.
Yeah, she had told him...
Yeah, she was in the car. She knew that the speakerphone wasn't on.
That her sister was asleep, the kids were gone, for him to go over there and visit, to see her.
And what were you going to do?
I just sat in the car because I was drinking.
And what about him?
He was in the back seat.
So the two of you were just going to sit there in the back seat of the car, in the front seat of the car, while he went inside to visit with his girlfriend?
They didn't go inside. They stayed outside in the driveway.
Fine. So he goes over to see Monica, and how did her car get dented?
When we got there, Monica had stepped outside. She was walking towards her car. We pulled up, and she went like this, like waved us over there. We all three got out of the car, walked over. She showed us a dent on her car and said that she had got into an accident with a motorcyclist. And me and her made a few comments back and forth because I had just recently wrecked my Harley. And I had told her, so anyways, we said a few statements back and forth. And then me and Fabian went back and got back in the car. They stayed there talking, hugging, kissing until Marie came outside. And Monica flipped the whole script when Marie came outside because she was upset.
Were you at his house the day before?
No, I was not.
Yeah, you was.
No, I was not.
Yeah, you was.
No, I was not.
When you send a text message, could you save those things?
They stay for 14 days.
Huh?
You can lock them.
Save them, right?
Yes, you can.
Show me.
Your Honor, I don't have my phone with me. I don't have any proof right now, Your Honor, so it's...
Why don't you, sir?
Because I came unprepared. I came on intentions of knowing that what I know is true.
Is everything that you said just now as truthful as you went over to the store the end of June, invited by her to come over to the store?
What, to her store, Rite Aid?
Yeah.
No, I didn't go to Rite Aid.
Oh, no.
No, I said I went to Taco Bell. I drove to Taco Bell. She was at Rite Aid when we had talked on her.
Why would you think, Mr. Trujillo, that she would say to her boss, concerned, I just want to get out of here before he comes over? And the boss distinctly remembers all the employees watching her get into the car to make sure she was safe and leave.
But I wasn't in her parking lot, though.
I don't care whether you were in a parking lot or not, sir. Why do you think the boss would remember that?
Oh, yeah, no, I don't disagree with the boss, no. I'm not saying that. She got in her car, but I'm saying what I'm trying to tell you, though, is that I did not go into her parking lot.
No, what you said, Mr. Trujillo, was that you had an appointment to meet in Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And that, sir, is a lie. That, sir, is a lie.
That we met in Taco Bell?
It is a lie that you had an appointment to meet at Taco Bell. Because when she heard from you, she asked her boss if she could take off because she was concerned about her safety. They all watched her leave.
Then why would she have pulled into Taco Bell if she knew that she could have got away from me?
I don't know what you were doing, sir. And I don't know what your drunken father was doing or your drunken brother was doing on the night this happened with the car. I have no clue. All I know is, sir, you lied to me once, and you also don't know the law in the jurisdiction where you live because you're required to have a license to tattoo. Sir.
Okay.
And what is your address?
My address right now?
Where you're doing the tattooing?
In a house. On
What is the address?
I don't know my address. I just know it's on Bradley Street. I've only been there like a month, 2 months, so I don't know the address. I don't get mail there.
Did you make more than 3 children or just 3?
Only 3.
Only 3. So far you got 2 losers, right? 1,
I don't consider
2.
them losers, but...
Well, so far they haven't done anything to make you proud.
Sure they have.
I don't see
I
it.
graduated high school. That made me proud.
Oh, my God. My God, that's like the 8th wonder of the world.
That's an accomplishment in this family.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
You got to do something with it once you graduate from high school.
Yes, I totally agree.
So pleased that you agree with me. I've been looking forward all year for a person of your stature to agree with me. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $950. That's all. Goodbye.
Your Honor, case number 243 on the calendar in the matter of Ellison versus Altman. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Why don't you folks have a seat?
Thank you, Bird. How old are you, Mr. Ellison?
I'm 19.
And where do you live?
I live in Abilene,
Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you work or go to school?
Yes, ma'am. I move furniture.
According to your complaint, you were gambling at the defendant's gambling establishment, playing slot machines, and you hit a jackpot.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Altman refuses to pay you the jackpot.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Altman says that you cheated, somehow rigged this machine,
Yeah.
and he doesn't pay cheats.
Yeah.
Mr. Altman, I want you to tell me what kind of gambling establishment this is.
Judge, it's strictly games, machines. There's no tables, nothing like that.
What is the policy with regard to paying out jackpots when somebody wins in the establishment where Mr. Ellison allegedly won the jackpot?
Our policy is that if it's after 5 p.m. and over $300, they have to wait till noon the next day to get paid.
Is that posted someplace?
I'm going to show you a picture of it right now,
Good.
Judge.
I assume it's a dated picture. When did you win the jackpot, Mr. Ellison?
I went on July 26th.
Okay. That doesn't show me anything, Mr. Altman.
Okay.
You show me where that's posted.
I'd have to take you to Abilene and show you
No,
where
you
it's
wouldn't have to.
posted.
You don't have to take me anywhere. All you had to do was take a picture of where it was posted, not a sign that you just made up. Aside from the fact that in your answer, Mr. Altman, you don't say it was posted. You just said it was policy. You can give that back to him. It's useless. And Mr. Altman knows it's useless. You see, Mr. Altman, because if you're a businessman, and I assume that you've been in court before on something, so you know that if you sign an affidavit, you would want to put in the most important thing in the affidavit, which is that prominently out there, right under the office, is a big sign that says any jackpot over $300 that's hit after 5 o'clock has to wait till the next day. But you don't say that here, sir. You didn't say that anywhere in your answer.
Okay.
You just brought me a lot of nonsense there. That, who are you?
I'm his daughter.
That your daughter put together for you. Now. See, you didn't think I'd be so smart. You thought only smart people live in Texas. They grown smart in Brooklyn, too.
Right.
Now, was this the first time you were in this gambling establishment?
No, ma'am. I've been in there over 5 times. I've
And
won.
who are these people?
This is my girlfriend and my friend.
Were they with you?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me what game you were playing on July 26th.
I was playing a Keno. It has all kinds of games on it. And Bobby had a guy up there working for him.
Who's Bobby?
Bobby
Mr.
right
Altman?
here. Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
He had a guy up there working for him that seen me feed them machines with money, put money in money, because that's all I do is gamble whenever I got free time. And I hit a jackpot. It was, well, it didn't come right off the bat. It had 4 kings, and the jackpot's 5 kings. I hit 4 of a kind, and I hit the draw button to draw another card, and it hit a king. And the guy working looked at me and said that the guy ain't gonna pay you the money.
Don't tell me what he said. So you hit the 5 kings. And what time was this?
About 4 o'clock.
Were you with him?
Yes, ma'am.
You stand up here. What's so funny?
Nothing.
What's your name?
Levi.
What do you do for a living, Levi?
I move furniture.
Did you graduate from high school?
No, ma'am.
No. Did you graduate from high school?
Yes.
When?
Last year.
You have a cell phone?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a computer?
No, ma'am.
You know how to use a computer?
No, ma'am.
I don't either. It's okay. I'm just trying to figure out how clever you are with electronics, because that's Mr. Altman's defense. So when these 5 kings came up, you said, I won.
Yes.
And I understand that because of legalities, they can't pay you in cash, they pay you in Walmart cards.
Yes, ma'am.
How much were you supposed to have won?
$1,358.12.
So why didn't somebody pay him, Mr. Altman?
Well, for the first reason, when I wasn't down there.
You don't have to be down there. You have a business.
Right. When they called me at home and told me that a man had won the jackpot, I told him to tell him to come back at noon tomorrow and he'll get paid.
Why did you do that?
Because I assumed that he had won a legitimate jackpot.
Why didn't you go down there that day?
I did go down there. An hour or so later, I did go down there.
Just a second. Why didn't you go down there to pay him? If your employees don't have the authority to pay a jackpot.
It's not only that they don't have the authority, but we normally don't keep that kind of money on hand in the evening. A Walmart will only allow us to buy $500 worth of cards a day.
How much money did you pay out on July 26th, sir?
I don't know how much offhand, but more than the $1,300.
Really?
Really.
You mean most people win when they come to your business?
Well, a lot of them do.
I want to know why you didn't go down there immediately to pay this man. What kind of gambling establishment says come back the next day for your winnings? Shh.
Well,
I never heard of such a ridiculous business.
if you don't have the cards on hand,
You have to have the cards on hand if you offer a jackpot.
well,
I mean, I just came back from Las Vegas. Can
Right.
imagine if I put money in a machine and it came out that I won $5,000. And Mr. Wynn said to me, come back next week. I'm going to get some money together and pay you your money. You know how long you'd be in business? An hour.
and I guarantee you that if he thought you cheated him,
How would you
It
know
would
on the
be a whole
telephone? Hey,
different
Mr.
story.
Altman, that's nonsense. How would you know on the telephone that somebody cheated you?
I didn't know on the
Then you should have
telephone.
gotten your rear end down to your business and paid him that day or gone down to investigate that day. You don't say to your customer, come back tomorrow. That's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Does that sound ridiculous to you? You ever go to a casino where they told you to come back tomorrow to get paid?
No.
Well, I'm asking you. I mean, you're going to be 50 soon, and I assume that you've been to
Thanks.
casinos. I thought I would...
Tell everybody, right?
Now, so I assume you've been to a casino
I've been to a
more than
casino
one
or
or
two,
twice. Did you ever win a jackpot?
No.
Ever win a little jackpot?
Not really.
Well, I would stay away from casinos if I were you. Have you ever been next to anybody that won a jackpot?
I was next to somebody who wanted to
Oh,
jackpot.
good. Have you ever heard of somebody saying to them, come back the next day to be paid?
I have never heard of it, Judge.
And neither have I, Mr. Altman. And especially since you say to me, I have to find out whether he's cheating or not. It would seem to me the best way to find out if somebody cheated you is to go down there that moment and look at the machine that moment, not the next day.
Unfortunately, when they called me, I had no idea who it was or whether or not they was cheating.
Mr. Waldman, you sound ridiculous.
I only knew that when I went down there.
Ridiculous.
Well, I'm sorry about that,
You sound,
Judge.
Mr. Waldman, ridiculous.
I'm
because
sorry about
you
that.
went down there an hour later, you say. So clearly you could get yourself down there within a relatively short
Absolutely.
period of time. Why did you tell him to come back the next day?
Because that's our policy to come back
Baloney.
the next day.
Baloney. That's baloney. Had nothing to do with I didn't have enough cash on hand. You're making up excuses as you're going. I wanted to see whether he was cheating or not. Now, you prove to me, in a way that I'm going to understand it, put your hand down, that he cheated on that machine. Show me.
Machine has two sets of brains, one on the outside, one on the inside.
Two sets of
There's
brains.
the picture of the inside brains.
Go ahead.
And if you look at it on his particular game, it shows that he only won $212.84. Not only that, but the game above it showed the hopper jam. The game below it showed configuration error. That would only happen if somebody had messed up the brains.
Well, how does somebody mess up the
With
brain?
their cell phones.
How does somebody mess up your game with your cell phone?
Well, when we flew in here last night, they announced all cell phones must be turned off
Well,
while
just
in
tell me.
flight.
Just tell me.
Because they will occasionally interfere with the electronics of the airplane, the hospitals, the games.
Mr. Altman, I just came from Las Vegas, my friend, and sat at those slot machines, those quarter slot machines, and talked to my friends on the cell phone. And nobody in the Wynn, the Bellagio, any casino that I've ever been in Las Vegas says you can't use your cell phones because you can jam the machines because slot machines have two brains. Your slot machines have two brains. Mr. Ellison only has one.
Right.
So far, you have convinced me of nothing except that you don't want to pay for this jackpot. That's the only thing you've convinced me of.
I've paid plenty of jackpots that had nothing to do with the money. Nothing whatsoever.
You owe him the money, Mr. Altman, and if you don't like the casino business, get out of it. I would have a lot more respect for you if you said, well, my manager called me and said somebody won a jackpot. First of all, that shouldn't have been a revelation requiring a telephone call to you. People win jackpots. That happens. And if they won a jackpot, you should have said he won the jackpot. Please pay him. And if you said he didn't have enough cash or enough cards to pay him, which is another lame excuse that you gave me, you say, well, give him what you have and tell him to come back the next day. You didn't say that at all. You said, I'm not coming down. You did manage to go down an hour later because he threatened to call the police. So you went down an hour later. When you got down an hour, and he did call the police. And when you got down an hour later, then you said to them he cheated.
And it's obvious that you don't have a clue what's going on in the casino business in Texas. It's
well,
different
Mr.
from Las
Altman,
Vegas.
if the heat
It's
in the
different
kitchen is
from
too
Las
hot for you,
Vegas.
sir, don't be in the casino business.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
Explain to me, sir, this $8,000 outlay of money.
Stacy had called me right before October, I believe in...
Listen to me.
Yes.
I'm not interested in your social history. Just get to the car.
Timothy Ellison says casino owner Bobby Altman refuses to pay up on a jackpot. Bobby claims that Timothy rigged the machine.
Now, Mr. Altman, if you're in the casino business, sir, you got to do it right. And you have to make it appear as if you're doing it right, which is if somebody ostensibly wins a jackpot in one of your casinos, and if you have a policy that they can't pay unless you're there, then you get yourself there. You don't tell the winner of a jackpot, you come back the next day. When? You've got control over the machine in that 24-hour period. Who knows what you could have done to the machine? Why would he leave his jackpot? Say, I'm not leaving this machine. I'm standing right here. If I'm not here, my husband's here. Mr. Altman, you did the wrong thing. You owe him $1,358. You pay him. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
The old man, he's just a scam artist. That's what he does for a living.
He's a local dope head, and local thug out there.
If I was a dope head, I wouldn't go in there and spend $1,000 in that casino.
We'll never go to that casino again.
No, he's not allowed back in my casino.
Oh, I ain't worried about it.
No, his days are done there with me.
He still loves Judge Judy.
I watch her every day in the house for years and years and years.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Russell versus Russell. Step forward.
Stacy Russell is suing her ex-husband, Glenn Russell, for an unpaid loan to buy a 2000 Land Rover.
Mr. Russell, according to your complaint, you and the defendant were married, divorced. Sometime after the divorce, Mr. Russell moved back in with you. According to you, he moved in just to sort of help out financially and be closer to the boys. You have 2 boys together, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to Mr. Russell, you moved back in together with the expectation of trying to put your family back together.
Yes, Your Honor.
Be that as it may, subsequent to the divorce and while you were living together in this manner, you claim that you loaned him $8,000 in order for him to purchase a car. Several months after he did purchase the car, which was titled in his name, the 2 of you separated, things didn't work out, and you want your money back. Mr. Russell says there was never any expectation that you would be getting this money back. Yes. You were living together as a family at that point, and there was never any loan agreement.
That's wrong, Your Honor.
When did you advance him this money for the car?
January 18th, 2007.
I'd like to see the proof of that, please.
Yes, Your Honor. I have a canceled check, and I also have a transaction history from my mortgage company where this was not a gift.
That's why we're here. That's something that I'm going to make a decision about. Okay. What were the terms of the repayment in January of 2007?
That Glenn would pay me $200 a month until the entire $8,000 was paid off.
When did he make his first payment?
He never made a payment, Your Honor.
When did he move out?
He moved out in March of 2007.
Well, what did you do when he didn't make the first payment in February?
He just gave me some excuses as why he didn't make it, and he was having financial trouble. He said, don't worry, you'll get your money. And then March came, he suddenly moved out. I found out from our youngest son that he just moved out without a word.
When did you sue him?
I pursued suing him after I moved our family to California.
Why didn't you pursue suing him before you moved out to California?
I don't know, Your Honor. Glenn hardly even pays child support. I only get $100 every 2 weeks for both of our children. I certainly wouldn't loan him
Mr. Russell?
money.
Yes.
You acknowledge that your former wife paid for this car. Was the entire amount of the car $8,000?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where did you buy the car from?
From a private individual, Mr.
Did you make a check payable to him?
No, Your Honor. It was cash.
You have a bill of sale for Mr.
No, Your Honor. I did not bring the bill of sale with me. I do have the title, but nothing here that says the actual sale price of the vehicle.
What kind of car was it?
It's a 2000 Land Rover, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Russell. Explain to me, sir, your version of this $8,000 outlay of money for your car.
Okay. Stacy had called me right before October, I believe in...
Listen to me.
Yes.
I'm not interested in your social history. Just get to the car.
She gave me the money for...
Just tell me how that came about.
I had mentioned to Stacy that I needed a new vehicle for my business. I am in the flooring sales business, and I do go to people's homes. And at the time, I was driving a 1996 Cadillac, which is pretty beat up, in need of major work. And I had done some research on the internet, found this vehicle, mentioned to her I would like to have this, and she knew that I didn't have the money to afford this, so she gave me the money to buy this vehicle.
She has two children that she's supporting.
Yes.
You indicated that you have a 16-year-old son and you were going to give your old car to your son.
Yes.
Did you do that?
No, Your Honor.
Good. You're going to sign the title over to your former wife, sir. Then she's going to make arrangements to come and get it. Have him sign over the title to the car. Then it's your car. Now, Mr. Russell, now what you're going to do is you're going to retrieve your car and sell it, and hopefully you will be able to recoup the entire amount of money that he owes you. Do you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
Very good. Sir, you don't take money from the mother of your children who's supporting your children when you're contributing. I'm speaking. When you're contributing $100 every 2 weeks for the support of your children, you don't take $8,000 from her. Did you sign it?
It's small. I have to read this.
Read it carefully while I'm sitting here and sign where you're supposed to. We'll fill in the blanks, sir. You just sign your name. Good. Now she gets the title after Bird looks at it. Thank you very much. Now you can go buy yourself a car, sir. Save your own money. Save it from the child support you don't pay. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's case number 242 on the calendar in the matter of Blanco versus Trujillo.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Why don't you folks have a seat?
Ms. Blanco, Mr. Trujillo was your boyfriend.
Yes.
Your complaint alleges that he co-signed for a car for you.
Yes.
The car was titled in his name?
And mine.
But he was on the loan?
Yes.
You couldn't get credit?
Both of us were on the loan.
But you couldn't get credit yourself?
Yes.
You broke up. And the agreement, when he agreed to co-sign for you, from what I understand, was as follows. He would co-sign for you, and you would make regular payments on the car, timely, that you would maintain insurance on the car, that you would pay for his cell phone, maintain his cell phone. Anything else, sir?
Medical insurance.
And keep him on your medical insurance, pay for his medical insurance.
Yes.
That was in exchange for him obligating himself on the car loan. You broke up. According to Mr. Trujillo, you were late in many of your car payments, which damaged his credit.
Yes.
In addition, although he doesn't say it, you do, you canceled his cell phone and canceled his medical insurance.
In January of 2007, yes. This year.
Whatever. You canceled his medical insurance. There was no time limit on this contract.
It wasn't really an agreement that I was going to pay his cell phone insurance. It was more of a blackmail, and I have emails to prove that.
What do you mean? Just a second. I'll see you in a second. But it's my understanding, even from you, in your complaint, that we came to an agreement, this is what you swore to, that he would co-sign my car for me, and I would pay for his cell phone plan along with adding him to my medical insurance. That's what you say.
Yes.
So you canceled his cell phone and you canceled his medical insurance. You fell behind in your car payments, and he repossessed the car and turned it back in.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you did with it, or are you driving it?
I currently have the car.
You currently have the car, and
Yes.
you've made up the car payments.
Right, I run it up to date.
You want all the money that you put into the car.
Not necessarily all the money, the down payment that I put into and the payments, some of the payments that I did, and for insurance and the cell phone bill that I did remove them from it, but it wasn't really an agreement. And I have emails that show that it was more of, if I take them off, that the car deal would be done and deal with.
Well, that's true. You know, you don't understand, Miss Blanco. If you made that agreement with him when he co-signed for the car for you, which is what you say in your complaint, and you subsequently break up. So you get the dates. When did you break up?
In September of 2006.
And when was the car purchased?
July 22nd of 2006.
And when did you take him off the cell phone?
The cell phone, I took him off in this February of 2007.
And when did you cut him off of your health insurance?
They didn't cancel that until August 31st of this year, after he took the vehicle and everything.
When did you cancel him from the health insurance? Not when they took him off. When did you cancel him?
When I told him June of this year.
June?
Of 2007.
And he repossessed the car?
June 10th.
Which he lied about repoing the car. He did not tell me anything.
He doesn't have to tell you anything. How many times were you late on car payments?
4 times. But I have proof from VW that I called them, everything, we stayed in touch.
I don't care whether you stayed in touch. What does that mean, Ms. Blanco, that you stayed in touch?
Because they cut my hours from work. It was very unexpected. On March 10th, we had a meeting and they told us, hey, we're cutting hours by Monday. I went from working 40 plus hours to 32 hours. There was no way I could come up with the money. I was trying my hardest to get a second job, and Renee knew about this. He knew that I was trying to get a second job. I kept in touch with him every single time. I said, hey, I only paid $110 this time.
Ms.
We're going to do it.
Blanco, you have to be a grown-up, sweetheart.
I was
Listen
now.
to me. You can't visit your problems on him. The fact that you were working with Volkswagen and they don't want your old car back, they want to work with you as long as they're going to get their money, right? That's one thing. That doesn't mean it's not reported to his credit as the co-signer. The fact that you lost hours impacted on him.
He
you
knew
understand that.
I understand
That's his
that.
complaint, because he has a counterclaim. He says you ruined his credit because for 4 times, and I don't care if it was 4 times or 3 times or 2 times, if you don't make your car payment on time, the people who were responsible on that loan are going to be penalized. That was him. He has an absolute right to repossess the car for that alone. In addition to the fact that you had a contract with him, a verbal contract, he would obligate himself on the car if you would maintain him on his cell phone and your insurance. Well, after a while, you're not his girlfriend anymore. You say, I'm going to cancel that cell phone. I don't want to pay for a cell phone, but he's calling other people, and I don't want to pay for his health insurance anymore. I'm canceling it.
It wasn't out of a malicious act to
It doesn't have to be
remove him.
It doesn't have to be malicious. That was your contract with him.
But it wasn't a contract.
Yes, it was. That's what you say. You
I
said
have
it
emails
was an
from him.
agreement. We came to an agreement that he would co-sign my car for me and I would pay for his cell phone along with adding him to my health insurance. You want me to see what you signed?
I know. I circled that agreement part. It wasn't...
That's what you signed.
I know.
That's what you swore to.
It wasn't an
That's what you said happened. That's what he says happened. You may not want to revisit that now.
Your Honor, there's an email here that shows the only reason I kept that going was because
she doesn't understand that the email is going to support exactly what I said.
I know.
Yeah, he says to you, you keep me on your insurance and your cell phone plan, and we'll keep the same car deal. That's what he says.
But it wasn't the car deal. The reason why it says car deal is because when we first signed up for the car, we signed up on July 22nd. A couple days after that, the guy that we did the car loan with called us in and said, hey, we have a better interest rate for you. If you come in, we could redo the contract. So I got sick a couple days after that, so we couldn't go right away. I had surgery, everything was fine. We went back and redid the contract, but before we redid the contract, we got into an argument, and I said, you know what, we have to take this out of my name, or out of your name, put it into my own name, now that, this is not how it's supposed to be. And in that email it says,
Ms. Blanco, was the car in both your names?
Yes.
Was the loan in both your names?
Yes.
Do you have proof, sir, that your credit score went from one thing to another?
I do.
Can I see it, please?
Sure. This is the before and the after with the credit scores highlighted.
I have the proof of, or not proof, but when we first co-signed the car, they did a credit check on us, and I have the credit score that they gave us on his and
Not
mine.
us, him.
And mine. Both of ours.
Just his.
Oh, you want
What was his?
His was 776.
Now it's 630. You know, when you walk out of the showroom, the car is diminished by 20%?
Yes.
So he had to take over a car that was now worth 20% less because you ruined his credit, in addition to cutting off his cell phone and insurance. Forget that. So you don't get anything for that, Ms. Blanco? Nothing. You should have kept up your end of the deal. If you kept
It wasn't an agreement. I know that says in its agreement, but when we were signing it upstairs, I circled it and said it wasn't really an agreement.
Whether it was or it was not, you cannot ruin the co-signatory's credit rating because you had a problem with your job. That's not his problem.
He knew that, and we were trying. We both wanted to make payments on it, but they didn't take credit card. And I tried my hardest to get a second job.
Crying. Did you buy a new car?
No, I have not.
Why not?
I'm saving up for it.
Good. That's what you should have done.
Payments.
That's what you should have done.
And that's what we wanted to do, and I wanted to do, and I have proof that I tried my hardest to get my car to pass smog so that I didn't have to get a new car. Chucky was also there as when I was searching for a new car. I did not want payments whatsoever, and he convinced me to get a new car and get payments.
You are a very strong young lady, and you don't seem to me like somebody who's shy. You got into difficulty. He had a right to take back the car.
Not the way he did, though.
Listen.
I was at work, Your Honor.
I'm not saying he was Prince Charming. He had a right to take back the car.
But I was at work, Your Honor, when he came, and I had lunch with my boss, and he just took the car. He did not warn me. After lying about having the spare key.
I'm not the moral police, Ms. Blanco. I'm here to decide a legal issue. The legal issue is, did he have the right to take the car? Absolutely. Did he have the right to sell the car? Absolutely. Does he have the right to keep the car and make the payments? Absolutely. That is his prerogative because you ruined his credit. You have no right to do that. You have to be a big grown-up girl and not say, because I lost my job, I had surgery, I had other things that happened to me, and I this and I have that. It's not my fault. He took the car the way I was having lunch with my boss. He didn't give me notice. You breached the contract to make the payments in a timely manner. May not have been of your own volition. It may have been because, I don't know, the sky was falling and henny penny and whatever other reason it was, but that can't impact on him. He's not your boyfriend anymore. He's not your boyfriend. He's not your father. He's not your brother. He has no moral obligation to you whatsoever. Now, you're driving the car, sir?
No, it's currently garaged at my mother's house.
Why?
Because I have nowhere to put it at. I go to San Francisco State, and I have no
Well,
garage.
who's going to drive the car?
My mom's driving it right now.
Oh, your mom's driving it. Good. So you have a nice car, right?
Right.
Good. So what are you complaining about?
By the time I sell the car to my supervisor here, I will have lost $5,000.
Well, you should have sold it to Hasuna.
She doesn't have. She's going to apply for a loan.
You should have sold it to Hasuna. That's not her problem. That's your problem.
Okay.
You took back the car. Car is in good running order.
Yes.
And now you're paying for it, and you're going to sell it to somebody else.
To her.
And right now your mother's driving it.
Right.
Very nice. Your counterclaim's dismissed.
Okay.
So is your claim. You're not entitled to any money back. That's all. Thank you. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Well, as the Judge Judy said, she needs to grow up,
He's got a lot of issues to take care of, a lot of them,
be an adult about things, and pay her bills on time.
before he gets into a relationship like this again.
Lesson learned. Don't sign for anybody.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Kruger versus Perks, step forward.
Carolyn Kruger is suing her brother, Kevin Perks, for his share of their mother's funeral. Carolyn says Kevin is the only sibling who refuses to pay.
Miss Kruger, Mr. Perks is your brother.
Yes, he is.
And your claim is that he is responsible for a portion of your mother's funeral expenses.
That's correct.
Mr. Perks says he is not responsible for any portion of your mother's funeral expenses. When did your mother pass away?
April 22nd, 2007.
And it is my understanding that her primary asset was a life insurance policy. Is
That's
that correct?
correct.
Did she have any other assets other than this life insurance policy?
She had a few $100s in a bank account that I used to pay for the nursing home.
Other than the life insurance policy, did she have a home? Did she have a car?
No.
Did she have bonds? Anything else?
No.
Life insurance policy?
Yes.
And how much was the life insurance policy?
I don't know the total amount. We each got a portion of it. It was $2,082.74 a piece, times 8. So a little over $17,000.
And she had been paying on this life insurance policy. I assume it was from work? Or...
Correct. It came out of her pension.
So it was a pension?
Right.
And it is also my understanding from your complaint that there was no named beneficiary on the policy.
That's correct.
So far, are we correct on that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
So, only asset is a $17,000 life insurance policy, correct?
Yes.
You have 7 siblings.
That's correct.
Correct. Your mother did not have a will.
No, she did not.
So you decided, I assume, that you had been taking care of her business?
Correct.
You didn't object to that?
I didn't object. I didn't know I was objecting to because she never consulted me on anything.
When you went to visit her, did you take charge of her medical care, of overseeing her stay in the nursing home? Did you take care of her other business, or did you just go and visit her?
I just went and visited her.
So you knew somebody had to be taking care of that?
That is correct.
And who did you think was taking care of that business?
Carolyn.
There we go. And you didn't object to that?
No, I did not.
Perfect. Now, you did receive a portion of this life insurance, did you not?
That is correct.
How much did you receive?
$2,076 and some change. I don't know the exact amount.
When your mother passed away in April of 2007, did she pass away in the same town where you live?
Yes.
Did you go to the funeral?
Yes.
Did you put on a suit?
Yes.
You married?
Fiance.
Did your fiance go with you?
Yes, she did.
Do you have children?
Yes, we do.
Did you bring your children to the funeral?
Yes.
So they went to their grandmother's funeral?
Yes.
Were there flowers at the funeral?
Yes.
Was there a grave site that you went to?
Yes.
Did you ever stop to say to yourself, who's paying for this? Mr. Perks,
No.
did you ever stop to say to yourself, who's paying for this?
Yes.
Did you think the burial fairy was paying for it?
No.
No. So you knew that somebody had to be paying for it.
That's correct.
Okay. And who did you think? Put your hand down. Who'd you think that was?
The life insurance policy.
Right! Look how smart you are. You thought that her life insurance policy was paying for it, right?
That's correct.
Put your hand down. It did. All your brothers and sisters kicked in from the life insurance policy to pay for the funeral, except you. That's what the case is all about. Now, your sister could very easily have said, I am going to take all the proceeds of this life insurance policy, and I'm going to pay the $6,000 for Mom's funeral, and whatever is left over, I'm going to give it to my brothers and sisters. Right?
That's correct.
Well, that's what you thought happened. Instead, your sister decided to do what she considered the right thing, which was name each of you as a beneficiary on the life insurance policy. You all got your money, and everybody divided the $6,000 or whatever it was for the funeral and sent her a check for their portion. Go!
Well, Your Honor, the life insurance policy, normally most life insurance policy, they have a provision, or the funeral home has an agreement where you can have a form filled out to have the life insurance policy paid for it, the funeral expense itself. She never told me about this expense whatsoever. A week after I got the check, I never heard anything from her, never agreed to it, never paid anything. She didn't consult me about it, nothing.
So? And your point would be?
I should have been consulted further on...
I'm consulting you right now. I'm consulting you. Who's supposed to pay for your mother's funeral? Not you. You have no legal obligation to pay for your mother's funeral. None. But you have no right to accept full proceeds of a life insurance policy, which by law is supposed to pay for her funeral expenses before it's dispersed to any beneficiary. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect. So it was done a little bit backwards. Instead of taking the money out and then put your hand down. Does it sound like you're losing?
No, I'm sorry.
So instead of taking the $6,000 out and paying for the policy and then distributing it to you, she distributed it to the siblings and then says, okay, brothers and sisters, now send me a check. It's the same thing. Do you understand?
Yes.
You don't have to be consulted about that, sir. This one wants to say something.
During the funeral and everything that was at the funeral, as far as the casket, the flowers, anything, Kevin was not allowed or invited to pick any of that stuff out.
Was he invited to pick out who the nurses were going to be at his mother?
Your Honor.
Pay attention to what I'm saying to you. Was he consulted and did he make himself responsible for his mother's care in the nursing home where she was?
He had no choice.
Of course he had a choice. Did he have a choice to pick you?
Yes.
Then he had a choice to pick where his mother went and who took care of her and participating in her care. He chose not to do that. Just as he chose, madam, listen to me very carefully. He chose to let somebody else take the responsibility for picking out a casket, for picking out flowers. It was not as if he wasn't invited to the funeral. He went with you and his children. He just made himself dumb, which I have a feeling isn't much of a stretch. You owe your sister your share of your mother's funeral. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. How much was it?
$750.
Judgment for the plaintiff, that's all.